I was only able to buy the Switch because of my job. When I was working a job that paid me more than minimum wage, but nowadays I can't afford that stuff. That's why I'm going back to schools. It's to change that. All right. Here we go. Oh boy! 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. We're starting with Smash. Dragon Quest XI Pro Tag! It is! Yeah! The hero draws near. Oh. He's like a mix between Robin and Link. Hey! No way! What? So are they just alternate looks? I guess that would make sense. Yeah, okay. What? Oh, dude! That was sick as shit, and it's coming out this summer! That's crazy! Yeah, they've literally just... They literally created a fighter that calls on every Dragon Quest hero. Whether it's an alternate skin or part of his final smash, it's every single one of them. That is crazy! Dude! I'm blown away. That was awesome.
Hello everyone, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi from Nintendo. In this Nintendo Direct for E3 2019, we'll showcase a variety of games, many of them coming soon. But before we dig into the next game, there is someone I'd like to introduce first. Huh? What? What are you doing here?
Wait a minute. There's been a bit of a mix-up. You're not the right Bowser. Sorry, but I'm the right Bowser for this presentation.
Even Bowser's like, oh, whoops.
Not this way.
No, this way.
Bye-bye.
Maybe next time.
Oh,
Are
poor
you
Koopa King.
related?
No, but we get that a lot.
Well, let's get back to it. Please, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and I'm thrilled to join you for today's Nintendo Direct. This is our chance to show the world we have games for every type of player on Nintendo Switch. Whether you love action, RPGs, or you're just looking for something new, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's get a look at one of those games by taking a tour of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Off to a good start, Doug.
Hello?
I just realized my video footage is...
Luigi's invited to a gorgeous hotel with Mario, Peach, and the others.
Oh.
Oh, lucky him. Luigi's Mansion 3. This hotel is much more than meets the eye, for not long after Luigi arrives, things take a dark turn. We begin our tour by taking in some sights and sounds. You may never leave. You want to leave. The other guests certainly don't plan to move on. They're ghosts after all, and they're rather aggressive. Simply scare them with the strobe bulb, then suck them up. Luigi's new Poltergust G00 has the powerful suction capabilities required, and other new features as well. First, the slam. While trapping a ghost, slam it on the ground to inflict some damage. It helps to get other ghosts in on the action. Next, the suction shot. Fire the plunger to attach it to something, then pull the string and you can destroy furniture and more.
That's a pretty... I like these mechanics.
Too. Sometimes ghosts may feel inclined to gang up on you. In such situations, a burst should do. The powerful air pressure released will blow away ghosts, and it's perfect for when you need a little air. We simply can't overlook the latest invention from Professor Egad, namely Gooigi.
What?
Change between Luigi and Gooigi to use both their skills. Gooigi can do everything from slipping through metal fences to walking on spikes. Indeed, there are obstacles too great for Luigi to handle on his own. And if you pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend, he makes for a great co-op partner. But proceed with caution. Gooigi and water definitely don't mix. Now please direct your attention to the Scare Scraper. Spooky? Sure. Yet it also
Hey,
offers
multiplayer
for
Luigi's
local
Mansion.
Online co-op gameplay. defeat all ghosts before time runs out. Seek and find our dear misplaced toads, and face any challenges the tower throws at you together.
That's pretty cool.
What a place to wake up in. A haunted hotel with floor after floor of oddities. Many traps and mischievous ghosts lurk within. What will befall our missing Mario and friends, and his dear brother Luigi? Their fate rests in your hands. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Nice. I think that'll be a great time. Especially since it's not going to be mission-based.
So that was Luigi's Mansion 3, the latest game in a series that I personally love. And we can look forward to seeing some of the new gameplay elements that await in this strange hotel as we dive deeper into this title on Nintendo Treehouse, live at E3 2019. We'll be streaming content, some you've never seen before, right from the show floor, including live gameplay of Super Mario Maker 2. And on day 3, our Treehouse staff will get their hands on some promising indie games that are new to Nintendo Switch. While you watch today's Nintendo Direct, keep an eye out for this icon to learn what other games will appear on Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2019. You won't want to miss it. Or this. Have a look.
Ooh, what's this?
Ogre slept too long. Far too long.
Oh, the Dark Crystal.
Sing me your story. What has become of... Oh! No! What have they done? Avarice unchecked for an age. Evil takes root. Darkness spreads. But from this dark, light, brighter than the 3 suns, they spark to life. Heroes of Thra, strong and brave. Strength and bravery alone will not save Thra. No! Unlock your true potential. Unite as one! Only together can you defeat what is to come. Heroes of Thra. They're going to need all the help they can get.
Oh, wow. Dark Emblem. Probably, yeah. In a nutshell. Oh, yay, Link's Awakening. This adorable looking game. Yeah, I don't see what people are complaining about. This game looks great. Yo, you can eat the apples? Has bomb arrows. I'm a chuckster. You can make your own dungeon? Dude, that's cool. Chamber dungeons to receive rewards. So you can create your own challenge dungeons and you get rewards for completing them yourself. September 20th, huh? That's pretty soon. Oh!
Action RPG Trials of Mana is getting a global release on Nintendo Switch.
Gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that.
Destiny in motion with the power of mana. Trials of Mana.
I look forward to that. I still need to get Secret of Mana, though. And there's Trials of Mana. Oh, nice. Later today.
I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her?
Oh, wow, it really is coming to Switch.
I was hoping you'd come.
Oh, wow, with all of its content? Dude, that's a big game.
Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
The solar-filled star consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
My teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do? How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
Huh. Interesting.
Nintendo Switch is the only gaming console you can play not only on your TV at home, but anywhere you go. In fact, with a system like this, it might be fun to play Resident Evil at a location like this.
This is perfect, right?
No lights?
No lights. Hey, we're there.
Yes, I too wander into abandoned houses and play horror games.
Resident Evil.
Can you open it?
Try. See what's through there. it just eat him? It's gonna come back. Okay. Did I get it? I got it. Oh, I knew it. Whoa.
You left the switch! Resident Evil 5 and 6. Nice.
Resident Evil.
So they're basically just going to end up getting the entire... Oh, he came back for the Switch. Okay. Smart boy. A Jill sandwich.
Playing a Resident Evil game in a place like that might not be my way to play, but I bet you could find your way to play, don't you think?
Yeah, at home.
Now, please take a look.
What's this?
Was today the 4th of July? If not, is the Empire striking back or what? Looks like things are gonna get weird today. Hey, she!
What? What? What?
There's probably some planet-eating type dude waiting for me up ahead. All yoked and powerful and trying to take over the world or something.
Yo!
But don't you worry. A hero descends. What?
Dude, my friend is freaking out right now.
Totally are. My name is Travis Touchdown. I'm the last hero around, here to save the world. I'm also just a passing assassin. Now let's do this. Start the game.
No more Heroes 3!
Welcome back, Travis, to the Garden of Madness.
Oh, dude. That's gonna be hype as shit.
This is Kaiser. He led an elite team of Contras during the war. Hungry beast! HB is actually a cyborg. I love him so much. This is Miss Harakiri and her alien gut bucket. They survived by merging together during the alien wars. The gentleman, the sweetest bug you'll ever meet.
You soiled my armor.
What game is this? Looks like it would be chaotic fun. You think it's Contra? I would be amazed if you called it. That's gotta be... Yeah, it is Contra! Oh, that's great. And they got a Contra collection? And it's gonna be available later today. Jesus. Nintendo, my wallet, it's screaming. Ooh.
I have arrived.
Don't give up.
Begin the mission.
It's your call, rookie.
The battle's already started?
If you get in our way, we will eliminate you.
A new awakening draws nigh.
September 13th, alright. What is... No way! This was something I never thought I'd see return to video games. Last time I ever saw this game, this is Panzer Dragoon. Wow. Panzer Dragoon only was on the Sega Saturn. That's cool.
Hello, I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. Earlier this month, we held a Pokemon Direct for the latest games in the series, Pokemon Sword.
Oh, here we go.
And Pokemon Shield. The developers from Game Freak showcased the new Galar region, the location of your new adventure, and some new Pokemon you'll encounter there. It will be a while until these games launch, so please stay tuned. By the way, in these games, you can use certain functions of the Pokeball Plus accessory, allowing you to take a Pokemon from one of these games out for a stroll through the real world with you.
Oh, cool.
You may not be able to use the device as a game controller, but if you spend some quality time with a favorite Pokemon of yours, then something good might happen. In the Nintendo booth at this year's E3, fans can play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for the first time anywhere in the world.
God damn it.
In this gameplay demo, you can challenge one of the gyms in the Galar region, the one and only Water Gym, where the Water-type gym leader Nessa will be there waiting for you.
No, the video quality!
If you're attending this year's show, I encourage you to experience a battle between Dynamax Pokemon, which is an advanced strategy from this region. Also, immediately after this Nintendo Direct, stay tuned for live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield on Nintendo Treehouse Live. And now I'd like to shift gears. Please have a look at this.
Fan art for that bombshell of a gym leader.
I've been waiting for you. As you know, Earth is currently under extra-dimensional attack. Chimeras, like the ones you've just seen for the first time. At this rate, all of humankind will be pulled into the Chimera's dimension. We're facing down the end of the world. Through blood, sweat, and years of research, we finally made it. The ultimate counter-chimeric weapon. By neurologically syncing captured chimeras with human operators, we established control and made powerful allies. I'm referring, of course, to the Legions.
I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is.
When a Legionis and a Legion are perfectly synchronized, it's like they're two parts of one body.
No use! The override release isn't going through!
That's impossible!
And when half of that body is about to die, the Legion's survival instincts kick in to save it.
No way! There's no way! What good could this possibly be?
It's a long shot, but it's the only shot we have. It's all up to you, my friend.
A blessing from the Legion. Or maybe I should say, a curse.
We can't turn back now.
I've gotta know the whole truth. He's still alive out there. I know he is.
I'm even more intrigued for that game now. Oh? Well, that was brief.
Death by our hands is not an honor they have earned. They deserve something much worse.
Even with this stone at my command, this may not be a battle we can win.
Whatever's happening, we can beat it. Keep fighting.
Jump in anytime now, darlings.
Nice.
They will pay for what they've done in blood.
All hope is fleeting in the face of Thanos.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. This game's gonna be fun. Uh-oh. Of course Thanos gets the Infinity Stones. Marvel Knights, X-Men, Fantastic Four. Oh, so they're gonna have to release some of them as expansions. Right! We get to see more of this! I've been curious about this for a while now. I'm glad that Link and Zelda are also playable. Dude, this game's gonna be awesome. Oh, we got another Olympic Games. Whoa! Sonic rocking the new shoes. Skateboarding, hell yeah! Oh my god, an actual martial arts fight. You know what? I haven't invested in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games since Winter Olympic
what do you
Games.
think so far?
The first Winter Olympic Games, to be specific. I want that one. That one looks like a lot of fun.
Your attention, please. The Nook Inc. Getaway Package charter flight will soon be arriving at the deserted island.
Oh yeah? Hey! Animal Crossing fans, rejoice! Aw, look at Fuchsia, so cute. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 online. Animal Crossing Survival Instinct. And of course, Tom Nook puts you in
we
debt.
announced this title as a 2019 release. However, we need to change its release date to March 20th of 2020.
Okay.
To ensure that the game is the best it can be, we must ask you to wait a little longer than we thought. We hope you look forward to the latest installment of Animal Crossing.
You know what? Good on you, though, for mentioning it and at least showing people
On Nintendo
something.
Treehouse Live, the game's producer, Mr. Nogami, and the director, Ms. Kyogoku, will come on for a live demonstration of some early moments in the game, so please stick around until it starts. By the way, there are many different types of games coming to Nintendo Switch from Nintendo and our partners. So, we've prepared a highlight reel to show you what's in store for 2019 and beyond. Let's have a look.
Reignited Trilogy. Nice, nice. Silk Song. Oh, you get to play as her? Cool. Nino Kuni Remaster. Oh, I can't wait for that. My friend Pedro. They're gonna be great. Oh, Alien Isolation. Neat. Stranger Things. Just Dance. Oh, Dauntless is coming to Switch. Neat. There's a car in Super Mario Maker too? I didn't know that. Oh. Again? Even K. Rool's sleeping there. Oh my god. No way! We all know this is going to end the exact same way. Yep, there it is. Banjo and Kazooie! Yeah! Even they're happy! Oh, Nintendo! Wow! Wait, was that a rotating fighting stage? The Great Jinjo. Bravo! Oh my god! Banjo-Kazooie! Wow! So we've got Dragon Quest characters coming this summer, and then shortly later, Banjo-Kazooie!
Please stay tuned for
2
more
fighters!
information about DLC in the
Wait,
future.
no, that's 3 of the 5 fighters in 1
We have
year!
more games in development beyond what we've shown you today. I'm looking forward to the day we can introduce them to you. Speaking of, before we end this direct, I actually have one more thing to show you. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
Dude, the internet is probably having an orgasm over Banjo-Kazooie right now. What's this? Skyward Sword? Or is this just a new Zelda game altogether? Ooh, whoa! Zelda rocking a new hairstyle. Oh, this must be them trying to get rid of Ganon for good. That must be what this is. Is it an expansion or a sequel, though? It's a sequel. And it's now in development. Ooh, that's gonna be exciting. Nintendo, you've done it again. You have done it again. Nothing but great stuff to look forward to for Nintendo.
To E3 2019.
Holy hell.
I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and he is
Oh,
from Nintendo
that was
Treehouse.
nothing but
We're
great
here
stuff.
at the Nintendo booth. We're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about what we just saw in that Nintendo Direct, and we're going to give you a
We
sneak
got
peek
the
at
Dragon Quest Pro Tags, we got Banjo-Kazooie, we've got a sequel to Breath of the Wild, a Link's Awakening. For those who are Animal Crossing fans, we got to see some of the gameplay.
Of the Legend of Zelda series.
Holy shit!
I put a lot of time into the Breath of the Wild.
That was nothing but Nintendo just giving the fans what they want. Just giving them nothing but they want.
For Nintendo Switch. So hopefully everyone out there is excited as well.
I think it is Ganon Jellyfish. He had the exact same like hairstyle as the monster, as the final boss Ganon in Phase 1. If anything, I think that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to go into why Ganon just keeps reappearing, and Link and Zelda are going to try to prevent it from happening again.
I'm a huge fan of the
But
series.
dude, we got Luigi's Mansion 3. It's just like
the very hotel with my sidekick Guigi. And the thing I'm actually really looking forward to is
nothing in that direct was bad. Everything was cool.
It's gonna be a lot of fun killing
More
ghosts
Resident Evil
with, killing
games.
ghosts with
We've
ghosts.
got.
That's right. It feels really good too.
Yeah. I
Oh
have a
my
feeling this
god,
game's
dude!
gonna,
I cannot
suck up a little bit
believe
of my
what
time.
Nintendo is doing right now.
That was a dad joke. Sorry.
Like, I didn't think the other
You know,
conferences were
another thing I'm really
bad.
excited about is
but
what we got on the floor here, and that
Nintendo.
is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
Nintendo.
This year is probably the most
Come on,
space we've
guys.
ever dedicated in our booth to a
You
Pokemon
guys are just
game.
crazy now.
The booth looks fantastic.
They've confirmed
I think
we're
gonna go ahead
getting
and give you a quick
3
sneak peek of
DLC
that.
fighters.
It's themed on
for Smash
the
Ultimate
Water Gym,
within the
and
same
what we've done is
year.
we have recreated the
We've
gym
had
leader battle
Joker,
arena. So
Dragon
everybody
Quest,
here
and
at
now
E3
we've
is gonna
got
get a chance
Banjo
to
and
play
Kazooie.
Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. In
Maybe
the
Ganon is going to
environment
try to
of
revert to
the
its
gym
human
leader battle
form, because
arena,
if you
and I
remember in
think
the
that's gonna be
timeline
really
of
great
Link
for
Falls,
them.
Ganon grabs all
But
3
we
pieces
have
of the
something
Triforce
special for everybody
and
watching
ditches physical
live.
form to become
Our very
Calamity
first segment
Ganon.
on Nintendo Treehouse Live this year at E3 is going to be Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and we're going to give people a look at a much bigger part.
It's
of that game.
possible. I
And
can't
think
really
that
state
the
that
team
mainly
is
because I
almost
don't
ready.
connect
So
Breath of the
I'm
Wild
gonna
to any
head
of the
over there in just a
timelines.
second, and we're gonna get that
Just
kicked off.
because
So
its world
great.
is
Thank you, everybody, for
inconsistent
watching,
with
and
any
stay
of the
tuned for some
timelines.
Treehouse Live coming up
But
right
yeah,
now.
Great. Thanks,
the
everyone,
hilarious
for viewing.
theming of the
Make sure
Banjo
you tune
Kazooie
in
trailer.
next
Oh
to
yeah,
our Treehouse
that was
Live.
absolutely
And tune in for the
funny.
next
I
3
knew
days to
immediately
Treehouse
when
Live.
they did
We'll
Duck
have
Hunt Dog. I
discussions
was
with
like, oh yeah,
developers of the
okay,
games
this is
that
going to be
they're
one of those
building.
fake
Some
outs
sneak
again.
peeks and some first play, and we really
But
look forward
holy
to
cow!
a chance to see everything that we have to offer at E3 this year. Thank you very much.
Holy
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Nintendo Treehouse Live 2019. My name is Teresa, and we're here to kick off the first view of a live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I'm here with our very
I'm so hyped now.
Mr. Masuda, who is the game producer, Mr. Amori, who is the game director, and they're accompanied by David from the Pokemon Company. Thank you very much.
Damn.
They also have a
That's
little
gonna be
cameo
so
appearances of
amazing.
Scorbunny, Gurky, and Sobble. They're super cute. And then I'm also accompanied by Terry and Bill, who just cartwheeled into our segment over here. All right, so to kick things off, there was a lot of announcements from the Pokemon Direct.
Bravo,
last week, and then there
Nintendo.
was some more information that came out this
Bravo.
morning. Mr. Masuda, Mr. Amore, do you have anything
Holy
to add
hell,
to
man.
that
Like
information?
I'm excited for like stuff, but Nintendo just kept me excited the entire time. Even if I didn't sound like I was excited during a lot of those announcements, I'm amazed. I'm very amazed. And Nintendo are the only ones getting No More Heroes 3. That's another thing. No More Heroes 3. We have confirmation. We got to finally see it. They told us that No More Heroes 3 would happen, and that was it.
Features of the game called Dynamax, as well
So
as
for us to
secondary
finally
ones,
know,
really getting a lot of the fans out there excited for the
for
game.
us to finally see.
Yeah. I'm
Holy
actually
cow,
really
man.
excited. I think we're going to get a sneak peek to that.
Oh, I'm
but
losing my
if you have
mind.
anything else to add?
That's right. I think today was anything you can share about what we're going to be showing on Treehouse Live for everybody watching at home?
I swear, man. I'm probably at some point gonna rewatch the those trailers. I'm subscribed to the Nintendo YouTube channel, so I'm gonna be like watching those trailers like crazy because I can't believe it. I mean, people were expecting a Microsoft representative, and they ended up getting the one that everybody wanted, Banjo and Kazooie.
We revealed the water type gym and the gym challenge and the gym
So,
leader Nessa. But in today's Treehouse
that's-
Live, I want to demonstrate via actual live gameplay the wild area as well
That's
as
crazy.
the max raid battle gameplay.
Oh, hey, Jellyfish! This is what you were looking for.
Something that's brand new for the Pokemon games. We
They're
have not
gonna-
had an area like this. Can you maybe
They're gonna show the wild areas and Dynamaxing more.
そうですね。まあ今回ワイルドエリア
So let's just keep watching.
なんていうんですかエリアっていうのは多分ポケモンシリーズでも初めてのことだと思うんですけれども、もうちょっとこう詳しく教えてもらえますでしょうか。
そうですね。このワイルドエリアなんですけども、最も多くの種類のポケモンが生息してまして、天候によっても出現するポケモンが変わる今までのポケットモンスターシリーズでは存在しなかったような広大なエリアともなってます。
So this is really kind of the first time that we've had such a huge, wide open area in the Pokemon main series RPGs, and in the wild area, you'll really find the widest variety of wild Pokemon out of any area in the games, and it also changes the Pokemon you can encounter depending on the weather conditions and where you go and the time of day.
あとその町と町をつないでいるので、冒険中にも何回もここに訪れることになります。あとちょっと見ていただいて分かる通り、カメラをこう自由に動かすことができるので、これによって落ちているアイテムであったり、空を飛んでいるポケモンを探すこともできます。
Okay, so, yeah, show us what the wild area is about.
So your adventure will take you back to this, the wild area multiple times, and as you can see on screen here, you can control the camera freely in this area to better find hidden items that are lying about, and also see the Pokemon that are flying above in the sky.
Well, yes, and it looks like we are seeing Pokemon out in the field here, correct?
そうですね、もうフィールドポケモンがちょっとうろうろしているような感じには見えるんですけれども、
そうですね、ああいったその生き生きとこう動いているそのシンボルエンカウントって呼んでいる、ポケモンとのエンカウントと、あと先ほどちょっと出ましたけど、ちょっとびっくりマークが出てくるのがあるんですけども、あれはこうまたシンボルポケモンではいないこう新しいポケモンが出るかもしれないというそのランダムのエンカウントのドキドキ感、どちらもその遊べるようになってます。
So yeah, we have the Pokemon wandering about the field. We call them kind of symbol encounters, where you can see the Pokemon before you actually encounter it. But at the same time, you actually just saw an exclamation mark pop up in the tall grass there, and that kind of simplifies that it's a
okay, so they've kept the all Pokemon game experience.
We wanted to have a mixture of both types of encounters in these games to also let players enjoy that excitement of not knowing what they're going to encounter.
Yeah, that's great. It looks like we've got a lot of different types of Pokemon that appear out here in the wild area as well.
そうですね、ワイルドエリアのこのフィールド上にたくさんいろんな種類のポケモンが出てるようには見えますね。
はいはい、そうですね。今ちょっとバトルでも見てわかる通り、今回は単性のバトルという風になってまして、今回の単性のバトルで、実際に戦ったり、ボールを投げたりして捕まえることができます。
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Pokemon to encounter, and of course, as you can see here...
Yeah, it is, Jellyfish. They're going into details about the open world and Dynamaxing. So basically that stuff you were hoping to learn more about, they're showing right now. This is bullshit! You can't have all 3 starters!
And you'll find that their Pokemon abilities are back, as well as the ability to give them items to hold. So there's definitely a lot of depth to the battle system.
Yeah, certainly I think fans are going to look forward to the depth within that battle system, and they'll be able to enjoy that both within the game as well as in their one-on-one battles as well.
そうですね、そういう深いバトルシステムは多分楽しみにしてるファンもいると思うんですけども、こういう野生ポケモン
I wonder if they'll also introduce other types of battles as well. What's the title of the Animal Crossing game? Island Life or something? Kind of, I think so.
Yeah, I definitely.
I didn't pay attention. I don't think they gave us an official title. They just said like Animal Crossing.
Deep battle to really compete with each other.
Something island. Oh, you can draw the attention of Pokemon by whistling?
で、場所によってはその天候が変わったりすることもあって、それで雪が降れば氷タイプが出たりっていう様々なポケモンが天候にあって。
So here's my concern. With these wild areas, does that mean you can run into
certain types of Pokemon will appear more frequently. Right now, you'll
Animal Crossing New Horizons? Oh, okay.
Maybe if it was snowing, you would see more ice-type Pokemon, for example.
Here's my concern with Sword and Shield. Because of the fact that the weather and time of day can affect what Pokemon you run into, does that mean you'll run the risk of running into high-level evolved Pokemon early on?
We'll have a lot of fun coming back multiple times and seeing the different Pokemon that appear depending on the weather conditions.
So we were talking about the different encounters, but it looks like Terry can also whistle to attract Pokemon, and different Pokemon have different reactions to when he does that.
エンカウントシステムの話をしてたと思うんですけど、今ちょっと口笛をして、いろんな反応をポケモンたちがしてると思うんですけど、もうちょっと教えてもらえますでしょうか。
そうですね。ポケモンは種類によって近づいプレイヤーを見ると
The battle music honestly sounds pretty nice.
ポケモンもいます。で、なかなか空を飛んでいるポケモンとかが捕まえづらかったりするんですけど、口笛を吹くことで、こちらにおびき寄せたりとかですねして、いろんなポケモンと出会うことができるようになってます。
Yeah, the whistle is kind of key to encountering certain types of Pokemon. For example, if they're flying high above, you can't really, encounter them very easily, so you have to attract their attention by whistling at them. But at the same time, like you said, they're kind of different Pokemon react differently. Some might see you whistle and run away, for example, or others may be curious about you and approach you.
It needs a dark mode. Hey, who knows? Maybe there is one. You never know.
Just got my Metapod.
Expanding the party.
That's right.
Oh, I love how Scorbunny
So I
is
think
hopping on
for
feet
today's
because if it
Treehouse
stays
Live
in
segment,
place,
we're
it
gonna
lights the
explore
ground
this
on
part
fire.
of the
Oh
wild
wow, that's a
area
good
to kind of
detail.
get
I didn't
closer
know that
to one of
about.
the towns
I
of
haven't
the
looked
game.
up information
That
about
gives us a
the
good
about the
sense of
starters
this-
because
this
I'm
one
trying to
particular
go
part
in
of the wild area, but
without
really there's
spoiling
a lot
myself
more
on the
to wild
evolutions,
area
though
than
that
we
probably
actually
means I'll have to stay off Twitter for a good while because people are immediately going to immediately post photos.
そうですね、かなりこうポケモンシリーズにおいては広い場所となってまして、
Or what I'll
まあ
probably do is try to
強い
avoid
ポケモンとかも
at least wild
まあ
Pokemon
自分の気
stuff.
持ちに合わせてこう遠くに行ってみたりとか、近くでいろんなポケモン捕まえたりとか、いろいろ冒険してもらえたら
And
な
now
と
it's snowing.
Yeah, this is just a small portion of the wild area. If you
Pokemon Dark Mode played at night, idiot. It's like you don't understand what Dark Mode is, do you?
Available to discover, for example, much stronger Pokemon that you may want to go try and seek out.
あと先ほどちょっとこうしゃがみながらこう草むらを歩いてたりしたんですけども、まあ、ポケモンによっては、プレイヤーを見つけると逃げてしまうポケモンもいますので、こうしゃがみながらこう近づくと気づかれずにエンカウントすることもできます。
Yeah, we were actually just. I think Terry was.
It might be the patches. Those little patches you see on the bottom of Scorbunny's feet might be where the heat comes from.
Timid Pokemon. Otherwise, they might run away from you.
But it also could be like a Cyndaquil type of thing. I love how they have the merchandise at the ready before the games are even out. Well, yeah, of course. Gotta advertise it somehow, right?
そうですね。ここは今天候が雪に降っているので、氷タイプのポケモンが出て。
Okay, so it does seem like.
Snowing right now, we might see a more ice type Pokemon appearing in the field.
And here we have Terry taunting Choke here.
What level is this Machoke?
Now, of course, you can.
Oh my God!
Access the wild area from very early in the game, but as we see here, there are some rather strong Pokemon out there.
結構序盤からワイルドエリアに行けるようになると思うんですけども、結構じゃあまあここで
It's a mix of overworld Pokemon and random encounters.
レベルの高いポケモンって今かなりこうレベルに下がるんで、これはちょっと
No, it's overworld Pokemon.
Pokemon that you maybe can't take on, so you probably run away from this one. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Yikes!
強いですからね。もう逃げれるかな。ああ、
got away.
Of course, one of the other things that we saw in one of the Nintendo Directs was that to kind of help you navigate the wild area, we saw the return of the bicycle.
そうですね。まあ先ほども見たんですけれども、自転車が今回復活する。
Yeah, it's
多分喜ばれるファンもいるんじゃないでしょうか。
そうですね。やっぱり自転車はファンも結構多くいたりするんで、今回こう自転車。
Also, I like that you can just press Y to use a Pokeball rather than having to go in your bag. Yeah, that's been a feature they introduced. I think in Sun and Moon. It was either Sun and Moon or Let's Go.
あとは今水上にそのまま乗れたと思うんですけど、まあ、スムーズにこう水上にも入れるんで、こういう広大なエリアをこうなんでしょうね、自由に冒険することができる。
So there aren't random encounters. It's basically like Pokemon Let's Go, where the Pokemon appear on the map and will pop up when you're in proximity of them. And then there's also the shaking grass encounters that you can interact with, but it seems like for the most part there are no longer wild encounters.
Yeah, definitely get you around quickly.
And then, of course, we also see that there's certain secrets out in the wild area for players to find.
なんかちょっとなんていうんですか、隠れ的なものもちょっと調べられてるですね。
Oh, hey, look at that!
そのキラキラと光ってるアイテムが落ちて
I just noticed on the far left that it was showing player names and showing that they had caught a Pokemon.
Yeah, every time you come back, you'll find like kind of hidden items in different spots in the wild area, so it's a lot of fun to walk around and discover them.
And of course, activities to enjoy like fishing.
あと釣りも今ちょっとポケモンちょっと釣って。
そうですね。それ釣りもワイルドエリアではまあいろんなことができるんですけど、まあ釣りもその一つですね。
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to
They
do in
just
the
use
wild
bits
area,
and pieces of Pokemon
is one of them.
Sword and Shield to complete Let's Go.
A lot of different ways to encounter the
I can't say that Mainly because I feel like Let's Go was their test for mechanics that they wanted to use. I'm not sure. Who knows what the development cycle is for Sword and Shield, honestly.
その上にいろんなアイコンがステッカーがあるんですけども、これはYY 通信といって、今回のソードシールドでいろんな通信を遊べるような仕組みがこの YY 通信になってます。
So this is part of the new kind of communication functionality we're calling that's through this device called the YCOM in the games, and you can actually have these what we're calling stamps appear to kind of show what other players are up to.
今実はこれ近くで増田さんがそのまま遊んでいるんですけども、その交換をしたいっていうアイコンがここに出てます。
So this is actually Masuda-san playing right next to us. He's playing the Gloria character there, but this stamp is signifying that he wants to trade with us.
まあここで通信交換とか対戦とかをまあ自由に呼びかけたりして、まあ例えばマックスレイドバトルもここで呼びかけることができます。
So you can use these stamps to kind of invite people to battle, trade, or even try and get other players to join you in a max raid battle.
Wait, what?
これ増田さんです。
This is actually Masuda-san. He's playing Gloria right now.
でワイルドエリアはまあいろいろなこうプレイヤーが違う目的を持って遊んでたりするんですけども、
No way.
プレイヤーが出会う場所でもありますね。
So there's a lot of different reasons that players will come back to the wild area, but you can kind of encounter them, other players, if you're connected in the wild area and see them in your game.
Oh, if you're connected. So as long as you are connected to internet, you can see other trainers. Dude, that's so MMO!
And this works either
yeah.
wireless with other players that are nearby playing at the same time. You can also connect with to the internet to kind of play with other players from around the world.
Oh, there you go. No, it's that's local right. And online.
Terry has gotten to the town that we were heading towards.
Right, but there's some lights in the background that
that's
red
crazy.
Could you guys explain what these are?
ちょっと目的地に町に今到着したんですけども、ちょっと遠くに赤い光の柱みたいなものがあるんですけども、それって何でしょうか？
そうですね。あれはですね、ポケモンの巣でして、で中に非常に
Jellyfish, you and me have to make raiding a thing.
そのパワーエネルギーが赤い光で出ていますね。
So those are actually what are called Pokemon dens, and there's a red light emitting from them when there is a Dynamax Pokemon inside. So the red light kind of represents the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon.
光のところに行くとマックスレイドバトルをチャレンジすることができます。
And what that means for the player is that you can go there and encounter that Dynamax Pokemon in a max raid battle.
Well, perhaps we should show what the max raid battle is like.
Yes. Please do.
そうですね。
ちょっとやってみたいと思います。
はい。
All right, so as we're prepping up to do said max raid battle,
yes, we get to see a max raid battle.
A bit more to the people watching at home about what the Dynamax feature is.
ちょっとダイナマックスについてもう少し詳しく教えてもらっていいですか？
そうですね。これまでですね、メガ
Dude, this game is going to be amazing.
という要素があったんですけども、今作
The trainer reacts to the weather. In snow, he puts his hands up to grab the snow and stuff.
So Dynamax is actually a new way to power up your Pokemon in these games. It replaces what we've seen previously, for example, Mega Evolution and Z moves.
I like the game that they're using for the demo. Oh, okay. He's got a strong Pokemon. I was like sitting there and I'm like seeing these guys like Ludicolo, Togekiss, and this guy's just got a score bunny. Oh yeah, no, Jellyfish. Honestly, this game looks so detailed. It's crazy.
From either their party or from the box, so it's important to choose.
So if the Dynamax Pokemon, okay, so Dynamax is being treated very similar to the rules of Monster Hunter, where you can only allow 4 knockouts
during the battle. So you've got to make sure it's a good choice.
Otherwise, if a Pokemon faints 4 times, then
4人で戦うので、
dude.
連携がすごい大事になってます。
Yeah, cooperation between the players and also really determining the roles is going to be very important to defeating the opponent.
まあ例えば、
listen to that music.
強い良い技を持っているポケモンが中心となって攻撃して、で戦況に合わせて 補助技とか、回復技で味方をサポートするっていうのがすごい大事だと思います。
So yeah, once you get into the battle, identifying maybe which of the 4 Pokemon will have the best type advantage to be the main attacker, and also like who can be the best kind of supporter or the Pokemon that will use healing moves to support the team.
What Pokemon do you think will be Dynamaxed on player side? It seems like it's random.
My first move, I've used Reflect to try to protect all of us a bit.
そうですね、僕は突撃室を使ってるんですけれども、今リフレクターを出してちょっとチームを守ろうとしてます。
I assume Lucario because it's the main player Pokemon. I'm assuming that what happens is that one of you has to set up a lobby for the other players to join, and I guess whoever's the leader gets to Dynamax. I'm not sure. Maybe if they show off another Dynamax event and have the same situation.
So I'm actually just got hit, and as we can see here, Steelix is doing multiple attacks. Is that fair?
Dude, the health on this thing.
そうですね。ダイマックスをしているポケモンは、状況に合わせてやっぱり2回攻撃してきたりとかですね。しますので、油断しないように戦って。
Are you serious? You can still attack your party members while raiding?
They will take multiple moves, and so you really kind of can't let your guard down.
I heard you have to select a teammate through teamwork to decide who gets to use the Dynamax. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I think we need all the help we can get.
Yes.
ぜひお願いします。
ダイマックスなんですけども、各ターン、プレイヤーは1回しかできないんですね。で、プレイヤー側が順番にダイマックス権利が回ってきます。で、バトル中にどのプレイヤーか、1人しか、1回しかダイマックスできないので、このダイマックスタイミングも非常に重要となっています。
The ability to use Dynamax that actually rotates between the players each turn, but your team can only use Dynamax once throughout.
Dude, that looks so epic!
What the exact right timing is to be able to, exploit its power.
So yeah, obviously a lot of strategy goes into these Dynamax raid battles.
結構じゃあ戦略性の高いバトルなので。
そうですね。で、ダイマックス技を使うと、その効果によって、例えば今、炎の技を出したんで。
Mega Evolution Dynamax stands? Oh god, Jellyfish, stop. That's too much.
Moves will turn into max moves, which are much more powerful, and they also have these added effects, like you saw the drought was just triggered based off Arcanine's attack.
Yeah, and they look really cool too.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Is that it's the team will, it's just whoever activates Dynamax first gets to use it, but it's that type of thing where it's like, communicate.
ソーラービームが一旦で出せましたね。で、これもまた連携のすごいいい連携だと思いますね。
そうですね。バリアの方は
そうですね。で、バリアなんですけども。不思議なバリアという
Well, I don't think that would work.
言われてまして、で、今ヒットポイントがこう減ってくると、そういうバリアが登場します。
So yeah, with the barrier, what happens is once its HP is reduced, it'll put up this kind of barrier that you have to take down before it will actually start taking lots of damage again.
で、この今ゲージが5つあるんですけど、ダメージを与えるごとに1つのゲージが減ってきます。で、
Dude, this is really cool.
でも高いポケモンでも1ゲージずつ減っていくので、この時はもうどんなポケモンでも攻撃してこのバリアを壊していった方がいいですね。
But you can see that there's a couple of different parts to the gauge, and each time you hit it with a damaging attack, at least one of those will be reduced. So even if your Pokemon isn't particularly powerful in the attack department, it can still reduce the gauge by just using a damaging attack.
I'm sure it will. I'm pretty sure that when you do these max raids, you immediately get to capture it.
My Togekiss used Dazzling Gleam, which is not particularly effective, but was still good enough to break that barrier down.
そうですね。今そんなに威力の高い技を使わなかったんですけど、それでもゲージが減ったということです。
そうですね。で攻撃力がないポケモンでもこういった場では活躍することができます。
So it's a good opportunity for even the weaker Pokemon to participate and really contribute to the fight. And Dynamax moves, if you use it against it, it'll actually take down 2 gauges, two slots of the gauge.
ゲージを壊したんで、あとはもう本当に倒すだけです。
I'm hoping they do too.
Down the barrier, so now you just need to defeat the Pokemon.
Here's what I want to know. Is it the person that throws the ball that gets the Pokemon, or do they all get the Steelix? Like, that's the question I want to know. Or is it one of those things where it's like, you have to choose who's going to capture?
That's really the kind of the energy of the Dynamax phenomenon just kind of brewing above their head.
And the other question I have is, will these Dynamax battles respawn after a certain amount of time or when something happens?
Follow you, make Togekiss the center of attention.
Trying to be the tank.
There it is.
Nicely done.
And we didn't have a single Pokemon faint. That was actually pretty good.
Catch it.
So now all of us have a chance to actually catch this Steelix. So by catching it, can we add them to our party?
これで勝利して、捕まえるチャンスがあるんですけれども、捕まえたら、手持ちのポケモンとしてこう加えることができるということでしょうか。
あ、そうですね。なんでこのポケモンを倒して。
Yeah, it's basically like Pokemon Go, how they treat raids.
ポケモンをそのまま手持ちにすることができたり、結構実はいいアイテムも手に入る。
So yeah, you can actually, every player who participates in the battle are able to get a chance to catch it. But even if you don't catch the Pokemon, there's still a variety of rewards for the players that participate to get items and such that will help be beneficial in their adventure.
なんでもう世界中の友達とか、プレイヤーとか友達とぜひ遊んでほしいなと思います。
So it's definitely something that I hope players will be excited to play along with their friends, but also other players from around the world.
Yes, my daughter has really gotten into Pokemon with Pokemon Let's Go, so I'm very excited to be able to do raid battles with her in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
そうだね、レッツゴーピカチュウ、レッツゴーイーブイで娘がすごいポケモン好きになったので、結構こう一緒にマックスレイドバトルができることを楽しみにしております。
そうですね。
So I think Masuda-san, I think there was another topic that you wanted to touch on.
実機プレイは多分以上になると思うんですけども、増田さんからお話ししたいことがあるっていうのは聞いたんですけども。
はい、そうですね。ちょっと皆さんにお伝えしたいことがあります。ポケモンホームはポケットモンスターシリーズとポケモン GO のポケモンたちを集めることが新しいサービスで、もちろんこのソードシールドとも連動します。
Yeah, there's one thing I'd like to talk about, and it's about the Pokemon Home service that we recently announced. So it will connect with the Pokemon RPGs as well as Pokemon Go to allow players to really gather all of their Pokemon in a single location. And of course, it will also work with the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games.
ただし、ここでこれまでポケモ
I'm
ン
so glad Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are compatible with Sword and Shield.
お伝えしたいなと思ってること
Because I want to keep my shiny Golduck.
From the previous Pokemon Bank service that I want to tell all of its users about.
これまでのポケットモンスターシリーズは例えばサンムーンではアローラ図鑑に含まれていないポケモンも、全種類をポケモンバンクから連れてくることができました。
So in previous games that worked with the Pokemon Bank service, you were able to, for example, in Sun and Moon, bring over any Pokemon even if they weren't in the Alola Pokedex.
でハードが任天堂スイッチになって、ポケモン1匹ずつに対しての、表現自体も、非常にこう、豊かになりました。
But with the transition to the Nintendo Switch hardware, with its, it being much more powerful, much more expressive with each of the individual Pokemon.
でもう一つポケモンはもう今では図鑑番号でいうとやっぱり800を超えてます。
And now we're well over 800 Pokemon species in the games.
でその中で1匹ずつ大切にクオリティを上げてバトルバランスも取って、限られた開発期間の中で最新作をお届けするためにどうするかっていうのは長い間議論を重ねてきました。
At Game Freak, we really spent a lot of time thinking about what the best way to move forward was, really preserving the quality of all the different Pokemon, while also, taking into account the battle balance, having so many different Pokemon available, all within, a limited development time, so we don't keep fans waiting too long for every new entry in the series.
その結果、今作から対応方針を変えることにしました。
And after a lot of discussion, we decided to come to kind of a new direction.
つまりですね、ポケモンホームとソードシールドの間を行き来できるポケモンをガラル図鑑に登場するポケモンに絞ることにしました。
And so what that means for Pokemon Sword and Shield is that players will be able to transfer their Pokemon from Pokemon Home only if they appear in the Galar region Pokedex.
図鑑の舞台に合わせて冒険の舞台に合わせてこだわって登場するポケモンを決めています。
So we were very careful. We spent a lot of time really thinking what the best selection of Pokemon to match the setting of the adventure would be.
さらに詳しい話は今後の取材とかインタビューでちゃんと説明していきたいと思います。
So I'll talk more about the details in future opportunities such as media interviews, but I wanted to let you know today.
They were saying something about... Hang on, I'm actually going to make the stream go back just a little bit.
And I know there are a lot of users of the Pokemon Bank service who are looking at games that worked with the Pokemon Bank service. You were able to, for example, in Sun and Moon, bring over any Pokemon even if they weren't in the Alola Pokedex.
でハードが任天堂スイッチになって、ポケモン1匹ずつに対しての、表現自体も、非常にこう、豊かになりました。
But with the transition to the Nintendo Switch hardware, with its, it being much more powerful, allowing us to be much more expressive with each of the individual Pokemon.
でもう一つポケモンはもう今では図鑑番号でいうとやっぱり800を超えてます。
And now we're well over 800 Pokemon species in the games.
でその中で1匹ずつ大切にクオリティを上げてバトルバランスも取って、限られた、開発期間の中で最新作をお届けするためにどうするかっていうのは、長い間議論を重ねてきました。
And at Game Freak, we really spent a lot of time thinking about what the best way to move forward was, really preserving the quality of all the different Pokemon, while also, taking into account the battle balance, having so many different Pokemon available, all within, a limited development time, so we don't keep fans waiting too long for every new entry in the series.
その結果、今作から対応方針を変えることにしました。
And after a lot of discussion, we decided to come to kind of a new direction.
つまりですね、ポケモンホームとソードシールドの間を行き来できるポケモンをガラル図鑑に登場するポケモンに絞ることにしました。
And so what that means for Pokemon Sword and Shield is that players will be able to transfer their Pokemon from Pokemon Home only if they appear in the Galar region Pokedex.
図鑑の舞台に合わせて冒険の舞台に合わせてこだわって登場するポケモンを決めています。
So we were very careful. We spent a lot of time really thinking what the best selection of Pokemon to match the setting of the adventure would be.
That's what I said what to.
楽しく友達と
So
一緒に
you can't transfer every single Pokemon over to Sword and Shield.
Yeah, for me, it definitely is
Yeah.
raid battles we just showed off. Playing together with your friends.
Only Pokemon that appear in the Galar region can be transferred from Pokemon Home to Sword and Shield.
Fans of the series will look forward to
That's
being able to
kind of a letdown, honestly.
そうですね、
But that depends on just how much they allow in the Galar region.
楽しくてですね、ローカル通信で友達と一緒に遊んだり、インターネット通信を使って世界中のプレイヤーと出会って、そこで対戦や交換を楽しんでもらえたらなと思います。
And even other than the max raid battles, we of course have all the traditional, multiplayer features where you can trade and battle with other players, either nearby with the local wireless or to connect with other
I
players.
think they mean you can transfer most Pokemon, but certain Pokemon might not be able to transfer over like a small bunch of special cases.
Thank you all for watching. What we're going to do is
I mean, I can imagine if it's event Pokemon, but even then, that's, I don't know.
To our Luigi's Mansion booth, and give you all a sneak peek at what people are going to experience here on the show floor.
What if
very, very special booth. So take a quick
what they
look at
mean
that,
is
and then
that you
we'll come
can't
back in
transfer
just a few minutes
over...
for our very next segment, which I think a lot of people will be looking forward to very much. Thank you very much.
What if it's that you can't transfer over Pokemon that are already in the Galar region?
And we're
in a haunted hotel.
Yeah.
Everyone stay calm.
Bill said Luigi's Mansion booth, but this is not. I mean, we're in the booth.
Like, oh, I'm going to transfer over a Bidoof, and it's like, nope, it's already there. No need. Or something like that. No, actually, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so we just wanted you guys, I hope you get a look at this. This is where, we've got some players in here now, but this is when the booth opens soon, where fans are going to get in here to play the game, but also be surrounded by this really cool ambiance.
Yep, we've got a spooky fish cauldron, skulls, jack-o'-lanterns, the whole...
Yeah, standard.
You know, I never thought I'd actually sit here and watch Nintendo Treehouse. Normally, I don't care.
So be careful, watch your step.
Yeah. And we can see up above, we've got a lot of atmospheric stuff happening.
All of our Mario friends have been X'd out. That's just not nice. It's a little foreboding.
That's just not nice.
I'm not sure if you guys would be able to hear the music at home, but there's a lot of sort of just sound effects happening. Weird, I don't even know. The kind of sounds you hear in horror movies.
It's intensely ooky, it's true. And every now
I just saw a crow fly through the air.
Yes. And every now and then you'll hear Luigi go, Mario. I'm gonna step back here. And of course, you wouldn't have a haunted hotel without a bellman.
Yep. And there's a little there's a shape back up here. Something hanging from the wall.
We better investigate, because that's what you do in horror-themed areas. Oh, it's fine. Morgan, why did you get scared like that?
Last time I cared for Nintendo Treehouse at all was when the original Super Mario Maker came out. This guy in the red shirt is a douche a lot of the time.
It's fine.
Yeah, I've never watched the Nintendo Treehouse. I watched the trailers, I watched the direct, and that was
That's
it.
kind of strange.
A little closer.
Well, it's an abandoned lobby here in this haunted hotel. Nobody needs to worry about any of that.
Another spider come down the wall over there.
Yeah, got more bellmen. We've got tons of.
We don't need to see every single detail of this little expo.
Over here, we've got all the gameplay happening. We've got. Oh, the ghost just flew by.
There's a ghost. Keep your eye out; they're all over the place. Yeah, and this really, really captures the atmosphere of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Awkward conversations.
Yeah, I think so.
Whenever anyone else tries to contribute anything for the group, this Richard dude interrupts and is like, anyways, back to what I am doing because I am amazing.
I do not feel like I'm inside. I feel like.
Well, is he normally the one who plays the
We
games?
encourage you to come and check this out. If not, we're gonna brave this haunted hotel for you.
I just saw 2 more ghosts run by.
Of course you did.
Somehow in midair above us.
That's right. People are going to be able to check out the game here, and of course later on Nintendo Treehouse.
Man, Nintendo going all out for their demo booth.
Of this game as well. So please look forward to that.
For Luigi's Mansion 3.
Back over here toward these, some of these.
Yeah, beware of ghosts again. I love those sound effects that you hear piping in all over the place. We've got coins. We've got ghoulish laughs.
Yeah, we've got some fog. There's some fog coming in too from like. I don't know where it's coming from.
We don't know where it's coming from, guys.
So let's go back over to these
Oh, I
here.
see.
We didn't quite get a good look at all of them. There's a standard issue skull on a I don't know what, a platter. This is like a giant. It looks like a stein of green
Why don't you have a
goo.
sip, Morgan?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's delicious.
Your legs are also glowing.
I
There's
know.
some sort of lighting effects in here.
This is completely normal.
This is really
More
awkward.
ghosts. Everywhere you look, a different ghost is popping up. It's really, really cool.
I think like this is one of those booth experience. People that come to the Nintendo booth, if they come in here, they're not going to forget it. It's
Oh no,
really, really cool.
it really is immersive. You just lose yourself in the game. You're in the game world right now. We've got some cool
Yeah, I feel bad for these two.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
They really should have been given more to go
Not
off
yet.
of
Slide through the wall at any moment.
than just just talk about the room.
I know.
Oh, and that song, that music.
Yeah,
You've got to love that music.
Ooh, all right, well, we're going to see gameplay of this later, but right now we want to take it back to the stage for the first live gameplay of something else completely, something much happier than this. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Don't go anywhere.
See ya.
Bye.
はい、治りました。
Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3 2019. And what we've got coming up here is something that I think a lot of folks are highly anticipating.
Yes.
This is the world premiere of live gameplay for the newest title in the Animal Crossing series, Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're going to be going into further depth in some of the stuff that we saw in the Nintendo Direct. but
Yeah,
also
that's
showing off
probably
some
what they were
brand new
thinking.
stuff. So before we get too much further, I'm Sam. I'm here with Sam from Treehouse also. But we also have Kyogo-san
Sam and Sam?
from the development team to give us some development insight. Thank you so much for being here. And Noriko also will be translating.
So just to kick us off here, I think fans of the Animal Crossing series who watch the Direct right off the bat notice that this time you're sending them to a deserted island, which is quite different from the games that we've previously had in the Animal Crossing series. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose a deserted island as the setting this time?
そうですね、今回無人島という舞台にしようと思ったのは大きくは2つあります。 一つは今まで動物の森シリーズっていうのはどこかの村に
Yeah, I think I've actually seen. I think I did. I think there was one
村の中で暮らしを楽しむっていう遊びだったんですけど
Nintendo Treehouse that I did watch for just a little bit, and I remember that she was a part of it, and it was a pretty good time, honestly.
全く新しい体験ができないかと思いました。
So one of the reasons that we thought about having the player live on a deserted island, there's actually two main reasons. And one of the reasons being that previously in the legacy titles, we had the player come to a pre-existing village and then have them start a life there and from scratch. But we thought maybe we can give the players a new experience.
I mean, I gotta admit, it's it's a good idea for this new Animal Crossing. You always come to a pre-made place. Now, this time, you make the place. We give you an island, and sky's the limit.
And then another thing that we thought was by giving the players a choice, a freedom to build something there, something that they may have not been able to in previous titles, that we were able to give them that opportunity to build everything from scratch. We thought that would be a great experience.
That's absolutely a great experience.
To get a chance to look at this title, so why don't we hop right into the game and give folks a look?
I'm sure you won't be stuck with a tent the entire time, because it showed some people living in houses. I think it's just you start out in a tent until you've built your home. You know what I mean?
Animal Crossing has always been a series about freedom. You could choose to spend your time however you want. Fishing, collecting bugs, pulling weeds. But I think we're going to see here is how much that has been
Tom Nook!
And I love everything about
We've got cameras everywhere so you can get a look at our islanders in action.
Tommy looks so ready to go.
And they're talking about E3. The line between the real life and Animal Crossing life is blurring even further.
They know we're watching.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the end of the trailer, he was like 48,000 bells. I don't even know why I care. I'm not an Animal Crossing guy.
They have a development company called Nook Inc.
But hey, who knows? Maybe this will be the Animal Crossing that actually gets me into the series.
Nook Inc.'s Deserted Island Getaway Package. And then Timmy and Tommy also have a store in there too.
It's definitely a bold new business plan. I like it. Even when they're in a beautiful tropical setting, they're thinking about the business. And before we kick off exploring too much, can we talk a little bit about what we're seeing right here?
I'm not a major Animal Crossing fan, but I do enjoy playing it as a time waster. I'm just not interested. I was just never interested in playing it, period. I tried, and
this is
just
where, your island life starts. This is the tent that you'll get, and then we decided to pitch it on the beach.
このようにちょっとまだ始めたばかりなので、佐野吉に最初に支給してもらった簡単な家具しかない。
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
So this is how it looks inside the tent, and then we only have bare minimums that Tom Nook gave us at the moment.
I think that's key. He really did only provide you with the bare minimum here.
ちなみに今回このようにハッピーホームデザイナーでもそうだったんですけど、家具を今までの半分の単位で動かせるようになっています。
And this time around, just like Happy Home Designer was, you're able to move the furniture in half units around the buildings.
で今までより自由な部屋作りを楽しんでいただけると思います。
And then so I think this will allow you to have more versatility in home decoration.
Yes, I too, when I'm heading out for the day, I take my bed and radio with me.
But when you start, there's not even a tent there.
ちなみに家具なんですけど、動画で見ていただいた方お気づきだとは思うんですけど、
Oh, I get what she's doing.
このように全ての家具をフィールドに置くこともできます。
And as for the furniture, I think many of you have noticed in the video, but you can also place them outside on the field.
でフィールドで草原もなんですけど、テントも含めてそのビーチ、今ニューリーフの時は浜辺には公共事業をしたり家を建てたりできなかったんですけど、今回浜辺も使ってより自由にカスタムができるようになっています。
And then not just the furniture, but also the tent itself. You're able to place them on the beach. This was something that you couldn't do in New Leaf, but we're able to do that.
で今回動画で
Wow, she said so much, and that's what that translated to.
今お見せしたそのフィールドに家具を置けるという要素ですね。この2つをメインにご紹介して、今このフィールドまだ無人島で何もないんですけど、ちょっとした家具を作っておいて、で今回ツリーハウスライブの記念に写真撮影をするということをやってみたいと思います。
But man, I gotta admit, the Switch technology has done wonders for these games that have been on either an old console or have been mobile.
And then
Like,
the other one is
they look
being able to
amazing.
put furniture outside. So since we're here at E3 at Treehouse Live, I think I want to make that as a goal and then start doing that right now.
Sounds great.
今これはたぬきちから最初に支給されたスマホなんですけど、その中にDIY の自分が作れるレシピのアプリがあります。
Oh, I hear that Link's Awakening music in the background.
決めたいと思います。
So this is a smartphone called Nook Phone that I got from Tom Nook. And then there's a DIY recipes app. So I'm going to browse around and look for something that I want to make.
All the new multiplayer availability in these new games. That's the other thing I've been very proud of all the game companies that have been showcasing their games at E3 this year. If they want to do co-op, they've made sure to cover both bases and making it local and online.
ちなみに雑草とかも今無人島で草だらけなんですけど、雑草を使った
Mario Maker 2 online multiplayer, Pokemon Sword and Shield online multiplayer. Dude, it's just... I don't know what it is about this year's E3 where just every company is treating multiplayer right.
Those things can also become a material to create something.
じゃあ今ベンチを飾って座れるようにしたいなと思うんで、このログベンチを作ろうと思うんですけど、木材を取る必要があるので、まずは木材を取るためのこの斧を作っていきたいと思います。
So I want to make this log bench, but in order to make the log bench, I need some hardwood. So I am going to first make this axe.
So I wonder if, as we're looking around here, can we just take a look at up in the sky, because it really is a beautiful day.
そういえば動物の森ってファンの皆さんご存知だと思うんですけど、現実の時間に連動していて、その時間や季節に応じて
Yeah, I want my friend Pedro so much. It looks like so much fun.
Fans already know this, but the game clock is actually linked to the real time. So the seasons and the time of the day, it changes according to the clocks that you live in.
Animal Crossing Minecraft Edition. I know you're joking, of course, but I mean, you're not too far off.
The previous titles, we only had the game set.
You pretty much have to craft everything to make your island a place to live.
We have a southern hemisphere as well, so the users can play in the southern hemisphere atmosphere.
Oh yes, I too take a shovel and mine minerals and rocks out of a rock.
So right now, since it is June and it's set to June in northern hemisphere, but if you have
a lot, it's an E3 demo.
It's really cool, I think, being able to give players that flexibility. So if you live in the southern hemisphere and you want the seasons and things,
oh, but the items stack now.
Like what you're experiencing in real life, you can have that choice. And we got lucky here, I think, that the weather is so good for the stream, because you never know what's going to happen in Animal Crossing weather-wise. But this looks gorgeous.
斧の材料が揃ったんで、では次 DIY をしてみたいと思います。ただ私は作業台を今持ってないので、作業台を貸してもらえる場所にご案内します。
So now that I have all the materials
Sup,
for
Nook?
the axe, I'm gonna go somewhere where they're gonna let me do this for free.
これたぬきちたちの案内所になっています。住民の生活をサポートしてくれるすごく便利な場所になっています。
So this is the resident service area by Nook Inc. And then they support all the residents on the island with their lives.
I like how proud they are of your accomplishment. I feel like Tom Nook's always proud of you.
ちなみに他にもこの
Yeah, he's always proud of you as long as you pay off those bells.
何かいらないものを買い取ってくれたりですとか。
So other functions of the resident service, Timmy would buy something that you don't need in the inventory.
Oh, you can multi-sell.
草をそのままワイルドなフィールドを楽しみたい方はそのままにしていただいてもいいですし、もう綺麗にしたい方は草をむしってここで買い取ってもらうといいと思います。
So we've mentioned weeds on the island earlier, but if you want to clean it up, then you can clean them up and then sell it to Timmy. Or you can choose to leave them as well because, I mean, why not, right?
I kind of like it. It matches the rustic setting. You're on a deserted island. Having it look a little wild is kind of cool.
In contrast, I picked every weed on my island.
でもちろんちょっとした買い物もすることができます。で道具もこのように売ってたりもするんですけど、お金が余っていたり、もちろん買って済ませてもいいですし、自分で拾って材料を作ってもどちらでも自由に楽しんでいただければと思います。
So as you can see, you can do a little shopping here too, and then you have the option to buy the tools, purchase the tools here as well. But I mean, you can basically, you'll have that freedom of whether if you want to buy them or if you want to collect the materials on the island and then make it yourself.
でちなみにこのたぬき地のこの案内所でもう一つ特徴的な新しい機能があります。でそれがこのヌークマイレージになります。
So one of the new functions here is Nook mileage, Nook miles.
Oh.
でこのヌークマイルというのは、
So these are
実
just
際のマイルの
basically just milestones that net you
今回お出
rewards.
かけ飛行機に乗ってお出かけするんですけど、その飛行機に乗ったりですか、そのショッピングをしたりとか、今この斧を実際作ってこのように DIY ツールを作ったことに応じてとか、島で過ごしていろんな体験に対してマイルをもらうことができます。
So Nook Mile kind of works
I need to stand
like
up for a
the
bit. Sitting on
actual,
this chair is painful.
airline mileage programs. So when we moved out here on the airplane, you got miles for that. And then a lot of the activities that you do on the island, you also accumulate miles for that. We just made the flimsy axe, so we got miles credit for that as well. And then so there's so many ways to acquire these miles and then also use them as well.
ちなみに日本語ではたぬきマイレージですね。
It's called tanuki mileage in Japanese.
でこのマイレージを貯めるとなんかいろんなサービスとかまたオリジナルアイテムと交換できるので、マイレージによってまた新しい楽しみと遊びが広がるようになっています。
And then these miles, you'll be able to exchange them for items and other activities. So it's a new way of enjoying the game.
That's pretty
It's really
neat.
nice that it feels like you can progress doing
That's
any kind
pretty
of activity
neat.
that you enjoy in
Right.
Animal Crossing. On top of it just being a fun way for you to relax, you're making progress in the game. You're having a chance to earn some of those rewards.
And you can earn those rewards for doing things that you didn't always earn rewards for before, like even just picking weeds. Sure, it made your area more beautiful, but it didn't really give you anything else. But now you can earn miles for that and use them for something.
じゃあ斧も手に入ったことなんで木材を集めていきたいと思います。
Since I now have the flimsy axe, I think I'm going to start collecting hardwood.
And here we can see just the variety. Collecting things has always been a part of Animal Crossing, but there's so many different types of collectible crafting materials now. Even looking at the wood that you're chopping there, every time you pick something up, you're going to wonder, okay, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to make with this next?
でこうやって斧を使って木から木材を切り出すことができるんですけども、ちょっと今今回時間も限られている中で木材
Oh yeah, did anyone else catch what other things they were going to be showcasing for the treehouse? We had Pokemon, Sword and Shield. All they really got to show us was just the wild.
Right on. どのようにするかと言いますと、今コールアイランダーという
We
ア
got
プ
to
リを
see
使
the
うと同じ
wilderness
機能に
and
積んで
Dynamax battles. Animal Crossing, they're pretty much just showing us like everything about the game.
So this is how I'm going to do this. On the Nook phone, there's an application called Call an Islander. And then when you call an island, you'll be able to call another resident on the island and then play together.
So since Nogami-san has a house on this island as well, he can come and help out. Nogami-san, I love your outfit. That's awesome. Looks very appropriate for a
僕
squid
なんでこんな
researcher.
格好してるんですよ。
I don't know why I'm wearing this outfit, but all right.
It's a good look.
このようにそのジョイコンをお裾分けして同じ住民同士で遊べるっていうのが実は動物の森シリーズでは初めての体験になります。
So actually, to be able to play with your friend or family by sharing Joy-Con controllers is something that's very new to the Animal Crossing franchise.
でこうやって一緒にやることでもう木材集めなどもはかどるので今までだったらこう一人ずつ別々に遊んで、見ているしかできなかった時間差でもちろん楽しんでいただくこともできるんですけど、今回こうやって同時に遊んでいただくことができます。
So in the previous titles, I mean, of course, you were able to watch each other play and then have fun that way. But with New Horizons, you're able to play together and then cooperate in a sense.
Dude, my girlfriend's gonna be like bugging me to get this game.
Of playing together.
And just as you're collecting this material here, looking at the wind blowing through the trees, the graphics, it's really just beautiful to watch. But I'm also really drawn to the sound effects here. Nagami-san, can you talk to us a little bit about the sound design for this game?
そうですね。今回のニューホライズンズではよりこうユーザーお客さんにこの
Get the butterfly!
楽しんでいただくために
Get it!
工夫をしています。
So there's a lot of things that we've experimented and then we tried out for the users to have that immersive feeling when they're playing this game.
でそのためにはフォーリーサウンドという手法を取り入れていまして、例えば砂の上を実際に歩いたり、あるいはちょっとスタジオの近くの草を買ってきて踏みつけたりして足音の音を録音してよりナチュラルな音を再現しています。
And in order to achieve that from the sound perspective, we adapted this technique called Foley recording. And then what it essentially does is record a natural sound and then use it as a sound effect in the game. So we sometimes walked on sand to get that sound, or cut some grass from around the office and then walked on it to get that sound.
あと今木や草がちょっと揺れてるのが見えると思うんですけど、この際風を表現していまして、風が強くなると木が揺れたりっていう風になんていうか現実の空気もちょっと再現しようとしています。
And then another thing that you probably noticed is that the leaves on the trees are kind of moving, and then this is actually expressing the wind on the island. So depending on how strong the wind is blowing, some of them sway a little bit harder.
And the sound of the wind is really beautiful too. It's very relaxing and immersive.
じゃあベンチがそう言ってる間に出来上がったんですけど、ちょっとまだこれ1個だけでは寂しいのでもう1個何か作ってみたいと思います。
So now I have a bench, but just having a single furniture is a little bit sad. So I think I'm going to make something else too.
何か野上さん。
そうですね。僕がキャンプファイヤーを持っているので、それのちょっと大きい版のボンファイヤーを作ってみましょうか。
So since I already have a campfire, why don't we make a bonfire? Looks a little bit bigger and more fun.
ボンファイヤーは、キャンプファイヤーと木材を使って作ることができます。で、このように何か DIY で作った家具を使ってさらに作るというような DIY もあります。
Yes, I too carry a active burning campfire in my pocket.
Which is an item. There are items where you will need another item to create. So there's a lot of variety in these recipes.
じゃあちょっと野上さんに交代します。
So I'm going to change the leader to Mr. Nogami.
このように今誰がリーダーでその誰に付き添ってプレイしているかっていうのが分かるようになっています。
As you can see, there's a little flag on top of Mr. Nogami's head, and then that shows that he's the leader, and then you'll be able to tell who'll be leading that gameplay.
Wait,
are you walking around with a squid?
I was just about to say.
I don't know why I have a squid, but I always have it in my pocket.
僕これキャンプファイヤーを持ってますので、はい、これをとこれとこれを拾って、はい、10個あるんで、じゃあこれで。
Okay, so since I already have a campfire, I'm gonna pick up the wood, and then I'm gonna go craft a bonfire on the workbench.
So one of the things
you can craft stuff with your friend who is also playing.
Being able to play side by side at the same time with other folks who live on your island. This idea that you can have your different inventories, swap back and forth who's in charge, and then take advantage of that. You can actually have up to 8 players living on a single island. and 4 of them can play together this way just by sharing Joy-Con on a single system. So if you've got someone in your family, their thing is, I just really like collecting this material or that material, you can kind of share the load a little bit as you work on your island and then come play together. You're all enjoying the experience at the same time, and you're taking turns and trading and making these much bigger crafting projects. But on top of that, with the folks on your island, there's also local wireless and online multiplayer that we're going to be able to talk about hopefully more later on. But with that, it can be 8 people all gathering on a single player's island to have the same kind of fun activity side by side.
Yeah, the trailer in the Nintendo Direct, if you saw that scene at the very end with all the different players there, that was actually made using that feature.
じゃあちょっとボンファイアできましたんで、ちょうど写真を撮るのにいいロケーションを探しに行きます。
そうですね。私最初のこのテントの周りを豪華にしたいんで、じゃあここにぜひ置いてください。
じゃあさっき作ったボンファイアを置きます。
So since
また間違えた。
今までのようにこのドロップアイテムとプレイスアイテムっていうのは葉っぱの状態で置くこともできるし、こうやって飾ることもできます。
So since we now have a bonfire, we hunted a location. Miss Kyoko hunted a location, and then decided that around the tent would probably be the best place. And then so they're gonna decorate this area. And then Miss Kyoko also mentioned that there's a place an item and drop an item option, and then the players would be able to choose whether they want to place the furniture, like decorate the furniture, or just place the leaf.
And it's really incredible. It opens up your entire island, really, the same way you decorated your house. You're going to be able to put stuff in so many interesting places and really make your island feel like your own.
じゃあこんな感じで場所も整ったので写真を撮ってみたいと思います。
How adorable.
Okay, since we have the location and we have everything set up, I think I'm going to take a photo.
カメラはもちろんそのスイッチの本体機能で撮っていただくこともできる。
Now, because this is mainly Animal Crossing, I'm actually gonna go heat up my oven. I need to eat. I woke up, haven't eaten a thing.
The Switch camera to take a photo, but we also have a camera app on the Nook phone.
このカメラを使っていただくことで、ズーム機能だったり、こういうフィルター機能っていうのもあって、なんかより自由な撮影を楽しんでいただけます。
And by using this camera app, you're able to select filters or zoom in and out, and then so you'll be able to take photos that you desire, that you can decorate a little bit more and have more freedom with.
It's a nice way to commemorate a big project, or when you've got a bunch of friends hanging out with you, take a little group photo.
じゃあこのちょっとポーズも決めて写真を撮ってみたいと思います。
Okay, I think I'm gonna strike a pose and then take this photo.
And something that folks maybe if they're very sharp-eyed are noticing, there's a little sort of spout that's coming out of the sand not too far from you. We can't really show this too much yet, but there's actually clams living on the beach, and if you dig those up, you can craft fishing bait using clams. So worthwhile keeping that in mind if you're really into fishing. That's going to be a lot of fun for folks who want to catch some really cool fish too.
今この辺りにいましたよね。
I think I saw some spout coming out here.
Oh, nice! Got it.
ね、このようにDIY レシピっていうのは、例えば動物から教えてもらったりとか、
So you can get ideas for do-it-yourself recipes as you go.
いろんな手段で DIY レシピは。
That's pretty neat.
So DIY recipes, you'll be acquiring them through other animals, or when you acquire a new item, that's something that that you'll also be able to acquire, or you'll also be able to buy them at stores.
Maybe I shouldn't be.
I think it's interesting how that's really going to mix up players'
looking at Discord right now.
Depending on how you and maybe a friend of yours
that might
have been
affect
experiencing life
the
on your
frame
island,
rate.
what activities you've been doing. You might have quite a different collection of recipes at your disposal. So then when you have a chance to get together and play together, it might be, oh, by the way, what have you been making? What did I find? This is how I got this recipe. But it's a nice way to kind of share that knowledge and information as you play.
そうですね。今日お店初めてアニマルクロッシングニューホライゾンお見せしましたけども、なんかだいぶできてるんじゃないかっていうふうに見えると思うんですけども、実は我々開発スタッフにはまだまだこれからやらなければいけないことがあります。
So as you can see, we've shown you some of the gameplay of New Horizons, and then you may think that a lot of this is close to being done, yet there's a lot of elements that we still want to work on.
2020年3月20日の、発売日に向けて我々スタッフ一同頑張ってますので、もう少しだけお時間をください。
So I'm sorry to ask, but if you would let us work a little bit longer and release this game on March 20th, 2020, we would very much appreciate it.
Well, I can certainly say, based on the experiences I've had having a great time with this game in the office, it's very much worth the wait. So I know, folks, if you're fans of the game, it's hard to be patient, but it's coming together so beautifully. I think the hardest thing for me right now is working on the game. I'm just ready to get my island, but it'll be soon. And Kyoko-san, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with our viewers as well as we wrap up?
はい、今回この新しい無人島という舞台で長くこの動物の森を楽しんでいただけるようにともう少しお時間いただくんですけども、楽しんでいただけるのを作るに引き続き開発頑張っていきますので、もう少しお待ちいただければと思います。
So we'll be asking you for a little bit more time in order for us to have you enjoy this desert life on an island for a very, very long time. So we're all working hard to release this game. So thank you very much for your understanding.
Yeah, but in the meantime, if you wanted to hang out with some of your Animal Crossing friends, you could check out Animal Crossing Pocket Camp on smart devices. It's free to download, and there's a lot of stuff that's been added to that game since we released it. So please check that out. But that's all the time we have for today for Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Sam, Kyogoku-san, Nogami-san, and Noriko. And coming up next on Nintendo Treehouse Live, we got The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Stay tuned.
Ooh, we get to see more Link's Awakening. Bow wow! Man, I'd love it if you could perform the exact same glitches that were in the original Link's Awakening. Oh, man. I cannot wait for the rest of this year when it comes to Nintendo. It's just crazy. Man, I'm so glad I got that Fighters Pass for Smash Ultimate. I can't wait to try them out. I love how the Dragon Quest protagonist, from what they showed of the gameplay, is that he's very similar. He's like Robin and Link mixed together. Like, his recovery move is the same as Robin's. He uses a wind spell to launch himself into the air. His side B is probably the fireball projectile, which is that. And then we saw that he has a charge up lightning spell. That's the same, but he's got Link's versatility with a sword. So, if anything, he's going to be a balance between the two. He's got the same dash, running jump slash as Link. Oh man, I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait. And Banjo and Kazooie looked awesome too. It's great to see those two coming back to life again. I just hope that that means that we're hoping to see something new with Banjo and Kazooie. Hopefully soon. Because those two deserve it. Especially with what Microsoft did to them last time. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Share with me how you are all feeling when it comes to the Nintendo Direct. What are you most excited for? Because for me, it's going to be pretty tough to say which one I care about the most.
Hi, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. I'm Dan Osen. I'm here with Audrey, Sam, Yoriko, and Mr. Aonuma. We are going to take a look at some live gameplay of the Nintendo Switch version of one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So, Sam, please go ahead and kick us off.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a fine choice for favorite game, Dan. As you can see right off the bat, this is a beautifully reimagined version of Koholint Island. It looks like a clay diorama come to life, honestly. There's a beautiful...
Wow, I'm looking at a graphic comparison for the remaster of Final Fantasy VIII. That's crazy. It's such a different change.
Beautiful tilt shift visual effect we've got going. There's kind of an ethereal haze off on the corners of the screen, so it's just a really lovely reimagining of this classic game. And since we're lucky enough to have Aonuma-san here, I was hoping perhaps you could tell us a little bit about the creation of this art style and why it was chosen to reimagine Koholint Island.
本作でこのようなアートスタイルを選んだ理由など説明していただけますでしょうか。
このゲームのオリジナルは実は私がまだゼルダを作る前のねゲームなので、私はこのゲームは本当に一ユーザーとして純粋に楽しんだんですよ。
And so, actually, this game, I wasn't actually involved in creating it. I was just a player playing this game.
で、その時その当時ね、ゲームボーイで遊んでるわけですけど、このゲームボーイの小さなこの画面からその下にこう広い世界が広がってるみたいな、そんなイメージでずっと遊んでたんですけど、その感覚を生かす形でチルトシフトって言ってね、画面の上と下にこうちょっとボケが発生してますけど、ちょうどそのミニチュアのジオラマの世界を覗いてるみたいな、そんな感じのイメージになるように、グラフィックを考えてみました。
And so when I played it on the original Game Boy version, it was on this small screen, and it felt like a small world, but very vast as well. And so it was kind of had this tilt shift perspective, and so that's why I thought this miniature diorama-like art style would be perfect for this game.
It really is the perfect way to bring this world to life, and I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, Mutt. I didn't mean that. I only mean to hit Kukos. So,
Don't do that either.
Oh, I disagree. We hard disagree on that point. So I'm going into the Chindi game shop here, and even fans who played the original game are going to notice a little bit of a difference here because there are actual real crane physics going on here. So I'm going to try my best to get this Yoshi figure, but it's pretty difficult with the crane.
Yeah, the crane physics make this a lot more fun, I think.
And speaking of Yoshi...
It's looking good.
Oh, I might...
Oh, yeah,
am I going to pull it off?
It's looking pretty good. Oh, no.
No, it slipped out.
That was so
close. So close. I know. But speaking of Yoshi, that's not a face that you usually see in Zelda games. So since we have Dan here who worked on the original localization of the game, perhaps you could just really quickly... I want to ask Dan what it was like to see
I'm just looking at Twitter right now, and Grant Kirkhope, the music, the one who created who did the music and sound design for Banjo-Kazooie, he posted, "Too hard to type with eyes full of tears."
Really makes it feel like a different world.
Yeah. Absolutely, it really does. And like we said, this is a true... I'm going to try and get that heart one more time. I won't make people watch me fail over and over again.
You got plenty of rupees.
I do.
Just keep going.
But this really is a truly classic Zelda game brought to life. So I was hoping Aonuma-san could tell us what it was like returning to a more traditional Zelda game after working on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
ブレス・オブ・ザ・ワイルドが完成した今、またこういった伝統的なゼルダに戻ることについてお話しいただけますでしょうか?
Someone I follow just realized that they posted, "If Banjo-Kazooie gets announced for Smash tomorrow, I'll run around my old college campus in a banana suit playing Kazoo song."
Released 26 years ago, so it's a little bit hard to get your hands on the original game. So I've always wanted to remake this title.
And we're so very glad that he did.
Yeah. じゃあなぜ今なのかっていうことなんですけど、やっぱりそのゼルダの今までの伝統
What I want to know is, if Banjo is your freaking third, who the hell is going to be the final?
生まれ変わったブレスオブザワイルドを多くの人に遊んでもらって、今だからこそこういうねまた伝統的なゼルダのゲームも新鮮に楽しんでもらえるんじゃないかなと思って今リメイクすることにしたんです。
And so, why now, you might ask?
Yeah, no, I actually have the same sentiment. If Banjo's going to be the third DLC fighter, who the hell's going to be the fourth and fifth? Like, goddamn, man.
It absolutely feels brand new.
Nintendo blowing it out of the park.
But this feels like a brand new game. It's absolutely delightful. And so, now that I somehow managed to get that Yoshi doll out of that crane game, I'm going to chop all the grass in the world. No, I'm not really. This Yoshi doll is actually a part of a pretty vast trading quest in this game. So I'm going to go into this house, which I love looking around. There's so many little details in this house. There's like chopped up piece of fruit on that cutting board, all those little beds in a row.
I love how they're all bunched up together. I suppose if you want to get into the one at the very end, you have to get in the first one and just roll all the way over.
Absolutely. So before I do this lady a favor, I didn't mean to throw that at her baby.
She's holding a baby.
I didn't mean to throw that at her baby. But I'm doing her a solid here, so it's fine. And to break her pots, throw things at her baby, and then give her a Yoshi doll.
Okay, fair trade, I suppose.
Absolutely. And so in exchange for that, I got a ribbon, and then I can exchange the ribbon with someone else in this world. So everybody wins.
So I know that Audrey touched on it a little bit earlier with Dan, but Dan, you did work on the original localization for this title. Yeah, and this world is filled with all kinds of different charming and quirky characters. And I was wondering if you had any particular favorite.
It's really hard to pick a favorite because there's so many. I was trying to think of a good answer for this, and the only one I could remember was that alligator named Sail.
Yeah.
This is how you think, right? I don't know why he stuck in my mind, but I just thought it was very funny that there was an alligator named Sail who would sell you things. But I'm curious what Aonuma-san's favorite characters are again.
青沼さんの一番好きなキャラクターは誰でしょうか？
はい、そこに今画面にいますけど、ワンワンっていうね、マリオに出てくるキャラクターですけど、 本当にネタバレになっちゃうんであんまり言えないですけど、すごい活躍をしてくれて、もう僕はずっとこのワンワンと一緒にいたかったぐらいです。
And so, as you can see on the screen, my favorite character is Bow Wow. You know, he's kind of a maybe familiar face from the Mario series. And I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to go spoiling everything. But, you know, I honestly hope that I could travel the whole world with Bow Wow.
Yeah. That's a solid choice. And look, there's a little baby one.
Oh, yeah.
Adorable. And so my favorite character is actually Marin, and I'm going to go and talk to her right now. The story actually, again, we're not going to spoil anything, but Link is shipwrecked on this island, and Marin actually rescues him. And so then he has to go and try and find a way off of this seemingly inescapable island by finding the 8 instruments of the sirens and awakening the windfish. And Marin here is singing one of my all-time favorite songs, Ballad of the Windfish. It's an original song from this game. It's absolutely heartbreakingly gorgeous.
It's hard not to get emotional listening to
I really like how this game looks. It was a little weird to see at first, but
really
like after giving it some time, it's like I love the design even more.
All of the music to the segment.
Yes, Zelda's known for its music, and this game is no exception. The music, the sound design, everything is just expertly done, as all Zelda games are. And so, one other thing I want to do here is I'm going to jump in a well, because that seems to me like a good idea.
Don't try this at home.
So there I go. And my brilliant plan paid off.
Yeah, in this case, you're rewarded for it.
Yes. Don't try this at home, kiddos. So, we already asked about your favorite character, Aonuma-san, but there's so much to love about this game. Could you tell us what your favorite thing about this game is?
さっきこの今作で好きなキャラの話していただきましたけど、今作で青沼さんが好きなことは何ですか？
このゲームね、2D マリオのプロデューサーの手塚が作ったっていうこともあって、さっき言ったワンワンとかマリオのキャラクターがすごく
Thank God Nintendo exists.
So, as many of you may know, Mr. Tezuka was involved in creating Link's Awakening, and so, as like characters like Bow Wow, you see Mario characters that usually aren't in the Zelda series.
であとダンジョンに横スクロールの画面が出てきたりとか、今までというかこの後もそうなんですけど、ゼルダにない要素がたくさん入ってるとっても異色作なんですよ。
And so, a lot of the dungeons even have side-scrolling stages, which is again not very something you see often in the Zelda series.
あとキャラクターもすごく個性的で、ちょっとコミカルなんですけど、でもこうじんわりとこう感動させられるようなシーンもあったりして、その世界観がすごく好きで、私はこの後ゼルダを作っていくことになりますけど、この作品には随分影響を受けたように思います。
And so. The characters also are very memorable. They're lively, they're comical, but they also bring tears to your eyes, you know. And so, a lot of that influenced what I have.
Wow, look at this guy just eat those bananas.
Going forward.
Absolutely, and you may have seen a second ago I was using my shield. I want to point out that a huge UI improvement of this game is that your sword, shield, things like your power bracelet, Pegasus boots are always equipped. Which is a huge improvement on the original because that frees up your Y and X button for whatever else you want to equip, and it just makes things a lot easier. And
that's very good. That is definitely an improvement.
It retains the classic feel and personality of the original.
You know, gameplay was just fine, but goddamn, man, having to switch your sword and shield out for other weapons and stuff like that was ridiculous.
And one last thing I'm going to point out here in Maybe Village is we see Dampé's shack mentioned on this sign, and that's kind of interesting because Dampé was not originally in this game. And what is he doing in this game? I'm not going to tell you, but we're going to tell you a little bit later in this segment. Just a little bit of a tease. But I think I've explored Mape Village enough, and I'm going to go ahead and show us a little something else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Full of secrets on this day.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, we're very, very excited to announce that the Color Dungeon is indeed in this version of the game.
Oh, cool!
The Color Dungeon was first introduced in the DX version from the Game Boy Color, and this is the complete version of this. So as I said, we're very, very happy to confirm that the Color Dungeon is in this game.
Right. Color maybe not quite as novel as it was on the Game Boy Color, but still really neat to see that all of the content of that DX version is represented here.
Absolutely. And as you can see, these camo goblins kind of sink into the ground in their various colors. And as you can see, I'm going to break
You
the
have to break pots.
I'm sorry.
Because we're playing a Zelda game.
Thank you for your patience, Aonuma-san, while I break all these pots. So this is a puzzle. I'm not going to go too far into this dungeon. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but
Yeah,
you
don't
hit
do
these
that.
switches, and it changes the switches next to them. I've played this about 1 billion times, so I know what I'm doing here.
You know what to do here.
Yes. And I'm not going to go too much farther, but I would be remiss as a Zelda fan if I let this clearly bombable wall pass me up.
All right.
So it's got cracks in it. It makes a different sound when you hit it with your sword. It's begging to be bombed. So I'm going to go ahead and do it justice.
Oblige.
Boom. And I'm rewarded with a room full of
Ooh.
rupees, which is one of the best things in the world.
Please collect
be
them all.
honest. I'm going to get them all.
Okay, thank you.
We can go about our business. Da-na-na-na. I'll stop being a nerd now and just get the rest of the rupees. All right, and that was all I'm going to show you of the Color Dungeon. As I said, it's just kind of a sneak peek, and now we're going to show you something that's brand new to the game. Take it away, Sam.
That's right. So we saw this in the Nintendo Direct, but there was a new little bit that was added to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for Nintendo Switch. So just as the Color Dungeon was brand new content for the DX version, what we've got here for the Nintendo Switch version is called the Chamber Dungeon. And just to give you an idea of where we are in the world here, we're in Taltal Heights, and we're just slightly to the east here of this Moblin hideout. We see this new location. And this is something that...
yeah, I actually wanted to learn more about this. So how does this exactly work?
But in this game, it's something brand new.
It looks like a shack.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like a shack, and it's filled with our friend Dampe here.
He was looking for an adventuring assistant, too. I think.
Right, yeah. So this is something that I actually wanted to ask Aonuma-san about the introduction of Dampe into the world of Link's Awakening. He wasn't originally here on Koholint Island, so would you like to talk a little bit about what he's doing here and about maybe some of the inspiration behind the Chamber Dungeon?
断片の紹介とあとパネルダンジョンについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
このダンペさんって、時のオカリナから出てきてるキャラクターで、墓守の設定の人なんですけど、今回その人に新しく登場してもらって、そこでパネルダンジョンという新しい遊びを体験してもらおうと思います。
And so many of you may know Dampe was maybe in, I think, Ocarina of Time, and he was a gravekeeper there. But in this game, he's going to be the one that introduces you to the new game called Panel Dungeons, or Chamber Dungeons.
パネルダンジョンっていうのはそこまでクリアしてきたダンジョンの一部屋をパズルのピースのようなパネルにしてるんで。
It'd be dickish if it's like, hey, welcome to the dungeon. Boss, first room. The moment you walk in, it's a boss.
And so what are chamber dungeons? So they are where you can create your own dungeons. If you complete a dungeon, you get pieces that for each room that you cleared, and you could rearrange them to make your own dungeon. And so Dampe will be the one that introduces you to challenges in creating.
Dude, this is like Mario Maker.
ダンジョンもね、ユーザーが自分でアレンジできるって遊びは前からゼルダに入れてみたいなってずっと思ってたんですけど、誰もができるようにするために難しいこと考えなくてもできるパズルを解くような感覚でやるとそれを解くとダンジョンができるっていうね、そういう遊びにしました。
And so I've always wanted to create a way for players to create their own dungeon, but I didn't want to make it anything too hard. So just like a puzzle or solving a puzzle, I wanted to make this chamber dungeon easy enough for people to play and feel like they're solving a puzzle.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see here, so I've started a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And the way these chambers are arranged, up at the top here, they're categorized in depending on how many doorways they have. So you can see here, these are all chambers that have one doorway. These are all chambers that have two, etc. And then you can see they're further categorized into where the doorways are exiting out of the chambers. So a few things about dungeon arrangement in the chamber dungeon. You'll need to make sure that you have at least an entrance and a nightmare. Those are kind of the primary components of any dungeon. But also you'll want to make sure that all of the doorways are connected to other doorways. So you can't leave any of those just hanging or unfulfilled there. So you can see I'm starting to make a little bit of a dungeon arrangement here. And you might notice a few other things. So some of these chambers have icons on the underneath of them. And those give you an idea of the sorts of features that are available in this particular chamber.
Right.
So you can see this one has a treasure chest, and this one has a staircase, and some of them have locked doors. If you're using locked doors, you need to make sure that you include enough chambers with treasure chests to supply enough keys for you to get through all of those locked doors. And the way those stairways connect is really fun, because what you can do is if you use stairways, they'll automatically create a sub area that you'll have to go through between the two stairways. And that's one of those 2D side-scrolling sections that Anuma-san was talking about a little bit earlier. And you might see some fun enemies in there. But so this is like a Picross-like puzzle. So the chamber dungeon, unlike any other dungeon before, you arrange these yourself. But they're challenges. You have to go through this puzzle portion of the arrangement. And once you're finished with that, then you have to adventure through your dungeon. So the challenge comes in two parts. The chamber dungeon can actually take a little bit of time to arrange. Like I said, it is a puzzle, so it takes some time to get through. So I'm not gonna go through the entire thing just here.
But
so
here's the question I have.
That I have arranged.
Well, I guess it's technically answered. But if that's the case, then
if it works,
and you're very, very devious. So
I assume then that means the floor pieces that you get as you complete dungeons will end up requiring having you use the items that you got that helped you get through that dungeon in the first place. So you can only access stuff that you have the tools for. That's my guess. Now, the question I have though is, like, can you share these dungeons with people? Or can it only be for yourself?
記憶に強く残るそういうゲームだったと思いますけど、実はあんまりダンジョンのことは覚えてない人が多いんじゃないかなと思うんですけど。
So I know this game left a strong impression on many players, but honestly, I don't know if everybody remembers exactly how to play everything.
で、このパネルダンジョンってそのパズルを解くような形で感覚でそのダンジョンをアレンジするっていうお話をしましたけど、そこまで遊んできたダンジョンの記憶をもとに。それでダンジョンをこうアレンジするとですね、またちょっとこう面白いダンジョンが作れるんで、これをこう本編のダンジョンをクリアしながらこのパネルダンジョンも遊んでいくと、そのダンジョンの記憶っていうのがすごく強く残るものになるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
And so, as I mentioned earlier, this is just like figuring out a puzzle. So, if you go back to your memories of how you completed the dungeon and then play this dungeon as well, I think it'll leave a very strong impression while you play. And also, if you play this while you progress the main story, I think it'll even leave a stronger impression.
All right, so we've got this up here now, and you can see now that there's a little green check mark there next to the Fill Up Your Hearts challenge. Well, I guess I should have explained that. This particular challenge, you needed to fill in every single one of the empty tiles with a chamber. And so this one I've already completed. You can see I've cleared it. And when you complete it, you get a clear time. And you'll see that that's 7 minutes and 42 seconds right now. And one of the fun things that you can do with those clear times is you can challenge yourself to beat your dungeon faster and faster. Or you could challenge a friend to see if they might be able to beat your dungeon in a faster time. So I was wondering if Anuma-san, would you please play through this dungeon and see if you could please beat my clear time?
Ooh, we'll get to see Aonuma play?
えらいことをお願いされてしまったな。
That's a big ask, but I'll do my best.
私ゲーム開発者ですけど非常にゲームが下手くそなんで。
So I'm a game developer, but I'm not very good at games.
まあでもとりあえずチャレンジしてきます。
But I'll do my best.
This is a great rare treat for all of us.
Yeah. Ainuma-san, of course, has spent, I'm sure, many years thinking about the dungeon arrangement and the flow of a player's movements through a dungeon and about pacing the puzzles properly. So I'm really
Come on,
curious to
Aonuma.
see how he's going to get on
I believe
with
in you.
this dungeon where I've thought about none of those
how much
things.
time have you spent thinking about those things, Sam?
This was designed to torture other Treehouse members.
Yeah, apologies. I admittedly, I did include some more devious elements here. Yeah, using the map is really an effective way to get through this particular dungeon.
止まってますからまずこういってここまで宝箱を開けるっていうのがいい感じですね。
So I'm gonna go through that route and try to get that key over there where you saw the cursor hovering.
Okay. He's calling his shots. I like
being
it.
strategic. I like
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, these guys could be really challenging.
Yeah.
They're more like a timing puzzle almost.
Yeah.
Trying to defeat them.
And as you mentioned, since it times your completion, it's a real fun and terrible treat to try and best your friend's time beating a dungeon.
Dude, if Aonuma beats this guy's time, I'm gonna be
doing really well
amazed.
so far. So yeah, I said I think my clear time again was like 7 minutes 42 seconds. So he's on a really good pace right now.
Already got another key.
Go Aonuma, go!
Like
go Aonuma, go!
So these are all familiar rooms. So you've seen these rooms in other dungeons, and Dante will create these chambers for you. And even though you know the puzzle, you may know the way through it, because they're all arranged in a completely different order, it's a new type of challenge.
Yes, and that really adds someone, even if you're somebody who has memorized every corner of this game, all of those dungeons, those rooms become brand new when you or a friend has arranged them into something completely different.
Right. Quickly dispatching all of those keys and finding yet another treasure chest.
This isn't his first Zelda rodeo.
Yeah, apparently not. I think it's really.
Come on, Aonuma, I believe in you.
That,
oh, he knew about you.
Yeah, okay. I love using those spinning blades because usually when you walk into a room in Zelda, you're thinking about, okay, what kind of puzzle am I going to face here? What kind of, am I going to have a challenging enemy that I'm going to need to battle? But with those spinning blades, the challenge really is just walking into the room.
Really can shake your confidence.
Using the
I'm
map
gonna check
again.
the map again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I think it's really funny that that Aonuma-san has Rock's Feather on Y because the
correct answer, Sam.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, in Breath of the Wild, the jump button was X, so I always put Rock's Feather on X.
そうなんです。トラップはジャンプで受けれるんですけど、結構失敗するんです。
So you could, avoid that enemy with jumping, but you know what? Sometimes you fail. So.
Yeah. He's making really great time through this dungeon.
I love just pushing those enemies off the edge.
Right.
Get out of here.
Oh boy.
He might just beat your time, Sam.
I'm thinking that's going to happen.
I think he's going to.
the chamber. Ooh. Yeah, this room is a little bit challenging. So yeah, those chamber dungeon challenges come in two parts, and you're going to have different conditions that you need to fill for those challenges, for both the arrangement portion of the challenge, but also through the adventure portion of the challenge. Oh, nice. Already. My goodness.
Wow, he's only at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
I am. I'm kind of awestruck. I don't know how. Oh no! All right,
come on, Aonuma.
He's trying to make your time feel better, Sam.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just delaying to try and make me feel better.
Oh, he's already at the boss.
Yeah, he's already at the
So we're at the
nightmare.
boss now.
And this is a really fun one.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
Yeah, this isn't your kind of standard hit him 3 times and you're done kind of boss.
Yeah, as we briefly mentioned, so all of the characters, the bosses, the NPCs in this game are so unforgettable,
Right.
so quirky.
I like how they kind of talk to you.
Yeah.
He's giving you a little clue about what to do here.
これでも
Got a
僕
bit
ち
of
ょ
an
っと
attitude on
ネ
that
タバ
one.
レになってしまうんですけど
But if I beat him, wouldn't it be a spoiler? Are we okay?
It's this is only for the boss of the second dungeon in the game, so I think maybe it's still early.
まあ2番目のダンジョンなんで、まあ大丈夫なんじゃないですか。
Making
But
quick
yeah,
work
he's
of
making
him,
really
too.
quick work of it.
Come on, Aonuma!
I really like the
Go,
series.
Aonuma,
He's
go!
actually-
Go, Aonuma, go!
He's staying really close to the boss and then getting under the fireballs, which is not something that I've seen before.
I've never seen that either,
One of
actually.
my strategies to get hit by lots of fireballs.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Lewis Claw, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
This has more of a 3D feel to it. I don't
Right.
know.
No, that's
I
true.
can tell you for sure. It's been 26 years.
Oh, and
after all.
he's in the second phase.
Oh.
Nice. I didn't know.
Welcome to Aonuma tries to beat a dungeon.
Great. Wow. すっごくうまいです。
I think you're making him angry though.
Yeah,
He's got this. He's gonna laugh at you, I think.
I was gonna say at this rate he's gonna shave 4 minutes off of my time.
Got
Goodness
him.
gracious.
Attaboy, Aonuma.
And that's how you do
Nice
that.
work.
Yeah.
Nice work.
It's about
And a new
50.
record, yeah.
Yes.
Completely
Good job.
obliterating my dungeon clear time. Thank you so much for playing through that. I
Thank you for
appreciate it.
schooling us
It
on
doesn't seem to
Zelda.
have tripped you up all that much.
Yes.
All right, well, we're running low on time for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. But before we go, we had something really cool that we wanted to share with everyone. And
Na, 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 na.
yes,
And it's
this is
little guy
yeah.
here. It's a new amiibo for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yes.
Oh,
And
it's
he's
so
so
cute.
shiny and adorable.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm never letting him go.
Yes. He's gonna mess up some bokoblins and melt your heart.
このアミーボ本当にゲームの中に出てくるリンクそのままなんですよ。これだけアミーボとそれからゲームの中のキャラクターが一致してるのって今まで初めてじゃないかなと思いますけどね。
So this might be the first amiibo where Link looks exactly like he's taken out of the game. He
Yeah.
looks just
Yes.
exactly like what he is in the game.
100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's adorable. So what he's going to do for The Legend of Zelda Link's
Yeah, I
Awakening
guess so.
is he's going to add into the chamber dungeon what's called a plus effect. And the plus effects are layered on top of the chambers, and they add a new gameplay variant
Plus effects?
to what would otherwise be a familiar room. So what Link adds, the Link's Awakening amiibo here, what he adds is Shadow Link to your dungeon. And Shadow Link is not like a normal mini-boss where you fight him in a single room. He'll actually chase you through several different rooms.
Oh, wow.
So if you're playing through your own chamber dungeon and you add Shadow Link and you defeat him, you can earn a lot of rupees. So that's a great thing to do if you're maybe running low in the main game. But it's also a fun thing to do if you have someone else play your chamber dungeon like I had out on Uma-san. I could have laid a little trap for him and maybe placed Shadow Link on top of one of those chambers. And there are other plus effects in the game that we might be talking about a little bit more later. And in addition to the Link's Awakening amiibo, there's also the other Legend of
Man.
Zelda series amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda
Nintendo,
Link's
you just
Awakening, but not
owned
just
E3
that. Any
again.
Legend of
I
Zelda
can't
character
believe it.
amiibo will work with the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So if you have from the Smash Brothers series, if you have Sheik or Ganondorf or something like that,
So
will
you
also
don't
work
you
with
don't
this
need
game.
this, right, Sam?
No, I need it.
You've
Please
got-
don't. I have a hole in my heart
Yes.
already.
But yeah, we wanted to share this beautiful new amiibo with everybody. It's absolutely lovely.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Next up, we have a new trailer for a different game, and after that, we're going to see some live gameplay of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. So stay tuned to Treehouse Live.
Wait, another trailer?
Thank you very much.
Oh, for Spyro.
Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before? Here comes Spyro. Nicely done. I just want to kick some.
Nice. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Oh, they got like side-scrolling type of stuff going on too. Man, I can't wait. We got the pro tags of Dragon Quest coming to Smash. We got Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash Brothers. Sword and Shield look awesome. We got Link's Awakening is going to be a charming time. No More Heroes 3. There's just nothing to hate about this Direct. So it's this year is going to be a wild time. And I hope everybody looks forward to it. Oh, man. But goddamn, man, that was awesome. Oh well. Sorry. I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, and I noticed that on YouTube my stream isn't anywhere to be seen, so I'm assuming that because of what I'm streaming right now, you see, this is my problem with YouTube, is when you stream something that's going to be copyright claimed while you're live, they just make it so your stream just can't be seen. They basically just shut it down, type of thing.
2019. I'm Demetrius.
When it's just me reacting and talking to people.
And a special guest from Marvel, Mark. Why don't you say hi,
So,
Mark?
Hey, how you doing?
Whatever.
Now we're here to show Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. So, Dan, why don't you go ahead and just take us away on that?
Yeah, thanks, Demetrius. We're going to just jump into a stage here in just a minute, show some of the stories, show some of the characters. There's just such a great cast from all different groups, the Avengers, Guardian of the Galaxy, X-Men, and whatnot.
I expect Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Show some gameplay. And Mark, you can kind of show us some of the finer points, or tell us some examples of really good story parts that you were involved with. So
absolutely.
We're just going to jump into a level here. It's the Xavier Institute, which is going to be known to comic fans as the home of the X-Men. And we've got the Sentinels coming in.
It's probably the house that cannot get insurance anymore. I don't think anybody touches
They have
the
a tough
mansion
time.
now.
Gets knocked down a lot.
Every time I hear the X-Men, I just want to go X-Men really loud. I have to hold myself to that.
So, Mark, you being the writer on this game, it must have been so fun to have a chance to jump into this franchise where really you've just got Marvel's toy box open to you. All these characters, all these cool locations. What was that like diving into this writing experience?
You know, it was really amazing. There are so few places that you get to use all of these characters from all these different families of Marvel heroes at the same time. There haven't been many games in the past other than the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series where you've gotten to bring all of these great heroes together and fight villains from all of those families of characters as well. So to be able to have that whole world at my fingertips while I was writing, and to be able to pick and choose lots of amazing characters from Marvel's roster was really something special.
And I imagine it's nice with this, since it's been about 10 years since we had one of these games. You had a good chance to do a fresh start. People don't have to have played the first two games. They can just jump in, so you could just write a really nice, solid new story.
Exactly, yeah. We wanted to make it accessible to everyone, whether you're a fan of the original series or you're a brand new person coming into Marvel for the very first time.
Speaking of jumping in, how about we get into some multiplayer?
Awesome. Yeah. We're going to just jump right into multiplayer here.
Oh, you want me to jump in too?
Yes, jump on in.
Thank you.
I'm just going to start out here with Luke Cage. He is
super cool.
Am I gonna
He
get
is
I'm
a
kind
cool
of jealous
character.
you get
He's
to
kind
play
of a
as
big
Luke Cage,
bruiser.
actually.
How are you doing there, Spider-Gwen? You with us? Okay,
There we
good.
go.
There we go.
We're going to come in here. All the characters have kind of light and heavy attacks, which you can combo by pressing buttons.
Pressing the various X or Y corresponding.
Right, X or Y. And they also have special abilities, which are activated with the R button and then one of the other A, B, X, Y buttons.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Spider-Gwen's giant web ball.
And I apologize. I'm just getting too busy nerding out about comics to remember, like, I get to play this too. Yes.
So why don't we get into who we're playing? Because I know, Dan, you said you're Luke Cage. I am Iron Man.
Yep. And I'm playing as Captain Marvel.
I got Gwen.
Yes, there we go.
So we made short work of those Sentinels, but there's quite a few more up here. You can see Iron Man's got one of their power cores. If you defeat them, they drop that, and then you can use it to hit the other ones. But
blow them up
we're
with
going
some
to
additional
make
damage.
you drop it.
I love all these cutscenes.
Yeah, the cutscenes are so great. And I like that there's just like so many different inspirations from movies and comic books and animated series that kind of play into the look and feel of these.
And that was really important to us. One of the things we wanted to do was make sure that it was accessible to fans no matter where they were coming from, whether they're fans of the Marvel movies or the comic books or the old game series. We wanted to make sure that they were able to jump into this game and have all the knowledge that they needed, feel like they could relate to the characters and have that connection that's so important when you're playing a game, and give each character a moment to shine.
Yeah, so here we have Nightcrawler and Psylocke.
Telepathic ninja, reading your mind right now. That's pretty
After this,
funny.
but first, we've got more Sentinels to defeat.
Get them.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, yeah. Send them to the scrap heap. You can see the arcing line that appears between our characters. That indicates that there's some synergy between our abilities, and we can probably trigger a special attack if we time it right.
Oh, nice core throw. That was a good start.
Oh, yeah. each of the enemies has a hit point meter and also a stagger gauge. And when they're staggered, they kind of go down like that, and you can kind of hit them as much as you want before they get up. And then they'll also drop items as well.
It's a good way to keep them from damaging you, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's another core. Yeah, I think we're going to just mop these guys up.
That's what superheroes do.
Yeah. You can see there's a few item drops there, too, that we're getting leveling up as you go, getting experience.
Okay, let's see.
There's a core there somebody could get.
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome.
I'll throw it off to the right here. Okay, I'll come back and fight this guy.
One thing I love about this game is depending on which characters you bring with you, the ways their different abilities synergize are so different, and each character really feels distinct. Oof. So it's just so fun to experiment and see who kind of feels like they
Wait,
play style.
Nightcrawler is using swords? That's cool.
That was one of the considerations we really took when we were putting together the roster, is not just who would make great characters for the story, but who would play well. You know, we wanted to have a wide variety of powers and ideas behind these characters so that everyone could find somebody that they love.
Yeah. And it's really great how, like, the synergy moves sometimes mirror what you see in the movies or comics. So there's a move between Captain America and Iron Man where he can kind of bounce his repulsor ray off of Captain America's shield, which is straight from the show.
Yeah, there's all kinds of great combos. There's you can electrify one of Storm's tornadoes with Thor's hammer. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool. I had to try that.
Yeah, there's elemental attributes that can be added through the synergy, so it's really nice.
Dude, that's crazy.
So after we beat those guys, we're going to have these two join us. And we can go ahead and switch characters if we want. Try out some of the guys.
Please. There's so many, I definitely want to go through and try out a bunch of
so let's go to Hero Select.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, are we coming dibs, or are we just gonna?
I don't know who I
we
want
should.
next. Let me see.
Ooh,
I would like
3
to play
spider people.
as Iron Fist.
Classic Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Gwen
got Ms. Marvel.
Stacy. Or Spider-Gwen.
I think I'm going to try the Hulk.
You know what?
So press B when you're ready with your selection.
I'm trying to decide. Okay, yeah.
When you're a fan of all these characters,
her
it's
for now.
hard. It's hard to decide.
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely
And you
is.
can see there's so many, like the Inhumans are in there, just all kinds of different groups that haven't been represented much in games before.
I think a lot of us too, like we were saying, a lot of us we're back home, you know, in the office. We're still big comic book fans at heart. So this type of game for us is just like really, really fun. I can't wait to actually play this with you guys in the office.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can kind of make your dream team. You know, all those characters that might not team up every day in the comics or in the movies. You can finally bring them together.
Hulk got shocked. He wasn't dodging very well.
It's so interesting the dynamic between the characters and what you get to see as far as even characters that maybe don't meet each other all the time. It's got to be really cool to get a chance to write those interactions and write those meetings.
Yeah, we tried to find different unique interactions that necessarily wouldn't be found in the comics all the time, and just give these characters a moment to highlight their relationships. There are a lot of characters who have deep history together, and trying to fit that into the game was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody who's fit
who's
into the
in
game
there?
over here.
You can see through the window.
Cooking
We've got
tacos in there?
It's Taco Tuesday, right? It's
It
Tuesday.
is.
No,
Hopefully they'll have some
tacos.
tacos over there at the cafeteria.
Can we go out for tacos after this?
So Nick Fury is telling us to search the area, and over here we see an Infinity Rift. These are lead to things called Infinity Trials, which are kind of side missions. We're not going to go into those in this segment, but we are going to talk about them in our next segment. So we're just going to pass over that for now. There was a message earlier that we might have missed in all the action to meet the Beast behind the mansion, and he's going to be over here by the Blackbird.
There's my ride.
Yeah.
What you got
Exiting
for
in
us?
style.
What you got for us, Beast?
I do love every one of these little under the name introductions. They're very appropriate.
Yeah, we wanted to give everybody an intro where they were kind of summed up in a quick phrase in a fun, catchy way that you could get to the core of the character at the moment he was introduced or she was introduced, and so we put those in, and they seem to be going over quite well.
Yeah. So here's another chance to switch characters if we want. Why not?
So did you have any characters you were particularly fond of that you found were especially fun to write for?
It did. I thought that Ms. Marvel was a lot of fun. That was a character that I hadn't had much chance to write before, and so getting to explore her voice a little bit was fun because she's a real new, positive, up-and-coming Marvel character that a lot of people really love, and I really enjoyed what character that was announced this morning, Elsa Bloodstone. She is a British monster hunter who is all the saucy. and she was great. And then I love writing Star-Lord and Rocket. Anytime I can get those two together in a scene, they steal the show from me. So
quality smarmy banter
yeah,
going
oh
on.
my goodness, so much fun.
So we're going to talk to Beast again. He took that Infinity Stone from the Hellfire Club, who I think we know has some powerful friends.
Yeah.
Collection?
He's
Keep hope alive.
All right, what's going on?
So I think someone's a little angry about it. And there goes another Blackbird. Again, like the mansion, we can repair that.
They've got a whole hangar full of them, luckily.
Just the spares. Bring out the next one.
Oh my goodness.
And this can't be good.
But it's a much larger Sentinel.
And he has
Oh, dear.
Infinity Stones. So the Infinity Stones are in this game, but it's a completely unique story from any other game. It's unique for this game, so that's kind of cool.
And that was really important to us as well.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that we weren't just rehashing a story that had already been told.
Yep.
And it's almost impossible with this group of characters to do that, because even if you tried to follow the track of Infinity War Endgame, you're adding the X-Men to it, you're adding the Defenders to it, and you wouldn't be doing them justice by just shoehorning them into an existing story.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create something new and fresh that everyone could enjoy for the first time.
Oh,
right.
Hey guys.
Cool. Colossus and Cyclops are going to help us out.
Okay. So now we gotta try to take out these enemies, and then so why don't we get?
What's our strategy here?
Psylocke.
Not
Ow.
getting hit.
Deal. Okay. Strat 1. Don't get hit.
I am just gonna do the best I can. I picked Captain America, so I'm gonna brave everything.
One thing we could also do here is I think we have our Ultimate Alliance meters set
they
up
are
so we
full.
can do these.
Oh, yeah.
Just press L and R. We can do a whole bunch of damage here in this
Do it.
Ultimate Alliance Extreme. You can see we're just racking up the damage there on him, which is nice.
Let's take down this other Sentinel on the right.
And we've almost got his stagger gauge
Oh, get out
down
of there.
too.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Nope. 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 Nope.
There he goes. Okay, so let's all pile it on the big guy. Use
Coming
your
over.
abilities. We can get some synergies going.
All right.
Yeah.
This looks like it'll be fun.
Well done.
All right. I see
Yeah,
a
we got it
core
on
over
half.
there somewhere. I'm gonna try to go pick it up. Is that it? I thought you got it.
Got it?
Yeah, get the core.
There we
Oh,
go.
no.
Try to get out of there. I'm gonna take
I'm gonna
out
stay
some
away
of
from
these
these blast areas for a
Sentinels
second.
here when I can.
Yeah, the small ones, it's good to get them, and then you can get more cores. Lethal Force authorized, you think?
Nope.
Ow. I'm just going to hit his foot.
I'm gonna get these little guys out of the way.
You can see where they're
Alright.
dropping these items that are going to help us power up our characters.
I see another one. Pick it up.
Yeah, throw that core at him. There
we go.
Yeah, he's gone.
Nice.
Nice.
Those
Good job,
Infinity
team.
Stones aren't that powerful.
Oh, yeah. Well, a Sentinel just doesn't know how to use them.
Hopefully they don't fall into the wrong hands.
It does not compute.
They're no match for our teamwork.
That's right. This isn't our first Sentinel rodeo.
Oh, that's a lot of mutants.
There's all the mutants.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
That seems like a poor design flaw.
Something's taking them apart, and the parts are floating.
Not the Power Stone.
Come now, Cyclops.
Oh, boy.
When has following you ever done our kind any good?
So the thing that's awesome about this game, you never know who's going to show up next.
Yeah.
It's just always this really cool surprise, like, are they going to join me? Are they not? What's going on?
Yeah, there's so many villains and heroes.
Yeah, and this morning in the Direct, we got to show a lot more of the villains, which was really fun.
Yeah.
MODOK and Hela and Surtur and the Destroyer
Yes.
and Doc Ock. So the roster of villains is growing too, which is exciting.
Yeah, and the cool thing I like about the villains is just that each one sort of has their own way to defeat them, I'll say, without giving away too much.
Yeah, the choices on the costume design are really interesting too, looking at some of those classic characters and some of the ones we have who are newer. We've got a real interesting mix. If you've maybe seen the character in one context, you might not recognize some of these older costumes or things that maybe didn't show up in the movies, but it's a really just cool walk down memory lane for a Marvel fan.
Yeah, it's kind of a synthesis of all of those different mediums that they've appeared in. You know, we wanted to kind of distill them down to their core and make sure that we had the best possible version of each character that everyone would enjoy and recognize.
Here's Colossus meeting with Magneto.
It's a bad team.
Seems like that happens all the time. Oh, and there they go. They'll be fine.
I feel like one of them will be fine. The other one's kind of...
I love how they got launched and they barely moved.
He's got a hard head. As long as he lands on that, I'll be okay.
This is why I think if I was ever a mutant, I'd probably be a bad guy, because I would just want to talk trash and throw people around.
You want to monologue?
Like more person, but they get to say the coolest stuff.
All right, so let's see if we can't convince Magneto to join the Alliance. He's with Juggernaut and Mystique, which is going to make it probably pretty
Very
difficult
hard.
where we're at right now.
Oh, wow.
But we can practice.
There we go.
There.
Oh, we stunned him.
Very good.
Nice.
Come on, get a movie.
All right, we're getting there.
No.
Nope.
Well, there's no way to beat him right now, but that may change when we get more powerful. This is
clearly apparent right there.
We're not convincing enough.
So now it's going to
I
happen.
will watch as all that they hold dear crumbles to the ground.
Oh,
Leave
not
the
the
mansion
mansion.
alone.
See what I mean? Like, he says the coolest stuff.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Done
Villains have
anything.
all the good lines.
Juggernaut. Nothing can stop him.
Oh yeah, that was right. It's almost like he wrote that. So here's kind of going to be a challenging part where we need to run from the Juggernaut through this debris field of the mansion, and
Wolverine is short. No, it's slow. Come on, buddy. Run. Keep jumping.
oh, I think
boy.
Psylocke's down. It's up to you, Cap.
Oh no, I'm out.
Oh, gosh.
Cap,
Get it closer. Oh, no. Oh, did he get me? Oh, he got me.
Oh. What?
Well, this is
That's
somewhere
never
where maybe
happened
if
before.
we'd chosen a more
So,
agile
yeah, why don't we go back
character.
to a shield point and we'll pick some
rethink
characters
our
who might
loadout here.
be better at.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, depending on who you're playing as really can affect.
Luckily, there's a character
Yeah.
for every situation.
And actually, the mobility side of it's really interesting because some of the characters can fly, some of them are web slingers,
Yep.
and it actually really changes your mobility, even as far as who has a double jump, who doesn't, what they do when they're up in the air. But that kind of flexibility is
Let's
something
see
that's really
here.
useful to keep in
Is there
mind
anything
when you
else
think
planned
about
for the
normal
Nintendo
All right, let's
Treehouse?
go in here and switch to some more mobile characters.
Okay. And then I will switch to Thor, because Thor can fly.
Yeah,
So I'll
Thor's a good
take
choice.
Thor.
The spider characters are good.
I got Miles.
Yeah, Marvel.
All right.
All right, everybody press B.
Venom.
We'll give this another try. We can do it.
Honestly, this guy's just my boy anyway. I want to see him.
Oh
in
yeah,
action.
Venom's awesome.
We're getting lots of team bonuses too. That's cool.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the.
The team of snappy dressers.
All right, we'll just talk to him, talk to Beast again to trigger. Oh, we may have to lose to Magneto again.
Oh, we can take him. We got some burly
This time we got
characters here. We
stronger
should be all right.
characters.
We got this.
Oh, man.
Can you skip this?
Yeah, we can skip it.
Okay.
So, Mark, I know you've been writing Marvel comics for years, and you've had a chance to work with a lot of these franchises. But before that, you were actually a Marvel editor as well.
I was.
I imagine that skill set really comes into play when you're trying to manage such a large project and such a large roster.
It does, you know, having that ability to balance where everybody is in the story at the same time was something we needed to do in editorial a lot, because we'd be overseeing 10, 15 books a month.
And where
we
is
have to
everybody
know
right
in
now?
an Avengers title where Captain America and Thor were going to be that month in their own books. So being able to take all of these characters and keep a constant eye on them while I was putting together this story, it was very helpful to have that background.
Okay. Well, I think that's good enough insight into some of the games that were announced, and that was an awesome time watching that direct. But I think it's time to call it here, take a break. It's been live for almost 5.5 hours. I'm hungry. I need to eat. So do many of you, if you haven't eaten yet. And I'll be live later tonight with Devil May Cry 5. So, with that said, thanks everybody for joining me for this awesome Nintendo Direct and Treehouse showcase. And I'll see you all in the next live stream. Until then, take care.